Welcome back, guys, to This and Much More podcast. I'm Evelyn, and my co-host is
Rollie Vogues.
And our special guest today is
Whydott.
Whydott. So what's your full name?
My name is Yesenia Montes, but don't call me Yesenia, please.
You don't like it?
No, call me Yaya.
Oh,
or Whydott.
Okay. I have a cousin, her name's Yahaira, and we call her Yaya.
Yaya. Yeah.
But I've never heard like a Yesenia go by Yaya.
Mm-hmm.
Only Jesse, or I think that's it,
Well,
right?
Yeah, that's like the regular ones, right?
I have a little brother, and his name is Jesse. And But before I had him, I used to go by Jesse, but then he was born. My mom named him Jesse, and then when he got a little older, he started calling me Yaya. So then I just go by Yaya.
And then that's why you do the Y.
Yeah, it's like a Y and a dot. Like spelled out.
Yeah.
With a
that's what
double
I
T.
think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell me you didn't know.
I didn't know. I was about to ask.
A lot of people think that's my name. It's a little crazy because, I have clients and they have to sign their waivers. And then they message me like, hey, who's Yesenia Montes? Like, is that somebody else? And I'm like, no, that's actually me. But don't call me that. It's just my legal name.
Don't show up calling me that.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's a cool name.
Yeah.
The Whydott.
Well, Whydott? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
Thanks.
Well, I didn't think it was her name. I always figured Y in the dot, once I found out your name was Yesenia.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
But then I
Whydott.
would see that sometimes you would put like Yaya or something. So I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe Yaya's her name, right? So
Yeah,
many
at
names.
first.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Pasadena.
Oh, in Pasadena?
Yeah.
Okay. And what area,
Like
where
the
exactly?
225. I went to school in Rayburn High School.
Okay, Rayburn.
And around the area, just
Yeah.
elementary was Gardens Elementary, and then Southmore Intermediate.
So do you know alumni? He went there, right?
Alumni?
Yeah, he's a photographer from Houston. No?
Edgar? That's his name, right?
Yeah, Edgar. He's
He-
right there.
he's the last one right there.
one. Or the other guy,
Film Foot.
Filmfoot.
He went to Pasadena.
He's from Pasadena.
He's big
too.
Pasadena, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know a lot of people. I'm pretty low key.
Yeah, and then I seen that you follow Icebox.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You do you know her?
I've
or-
done her makeup before. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because we had her as a guest here too.
Yeah. I saw her. That was a while back, right?
Yeah, that was a while back. She was super high, remember?
Yeah, she was crazy high.
And then we went like on a break, and she like kind of like sobered up in a way.
Yeah, she went to go smoke more and
Oh, yeah.
then came back sober.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know, like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But so yeah, speaking of like smoking and everything, like you smoke, right? Like,
Yes.
and that's public knowledge. Like you're like
Yeah.
open about it and stuff.
Yeah, I'm open about it.
And is it like your family knows about it?
Yeah, everyone knows about it. I used
For
to
real?
hide it a lot, like in high school and stuff. But
Okay.
I don't know. Once I became an adult, I was like, well, nobody pays my bills, so
Yeah. Yeah, because I
I can do
mean,
whatever I want.
at
Yeah,
some
adult
point-
now.
in a way, yeah.
no
'cause-
one's gonna tell me anything.
yeah, because even at like now at my age, I feel like I have to do certain things around my parents, or I can't I do certain things and I don't do certain things around my parents.
Yeah.
Pero at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm a grown ass man. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it like in front of them. Or
No, no,
anything,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's like my time. So
yeah, but they know.
yeah, they know, they're aware.
Yeah.
And what about like your followers? They haven't given you any like backlash?
Honestly, no, they've been pretty good. They actually want to know like how they want to get educated on it.
Okay.
And I mean, I tell them do your own research. I can tell you by my experience, like what has happened to me, what hasn't, whatever about having kids and breastfeeding. But
Did you do it while you breastfeed?
not at the same time. But
Oh,
yeah,
no, yeah. Is it like, do you have to like pump and dump?
no.
No?
I don't do it to like get like fucked up or anything like that. I just do it to I can cuss, right?
Yeah.
I don't do it to get like fucked up or anything. I just do it to just chill and gather my thoughts, organize them a little bit, because I don't know. I just feel like when I'm not, I don't like that person. She's a little too much. Like I don't know.
You feel
no
like you're more
patience.
on the edge, like when you're
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and I don't have to do a lot. Like I said, it's just like a little bit, like a few hits here and there, kind of like a glass of wine,
not. Yeah.
And it's like throughout the day, or just like la noche, or
Yeah, throughout the day, pretty much like in the morning, and then like before I eat, and then before bed, like that. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. And do your kids ever ask you what that is or no?
Not really, because I don't do it in front of them. So
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, let me just go real quick.
yeah, I mean they do know about it. I have told like my older son like what it is and what I'm doing, and because I think he did see me like one time, and then he thought that it was like a cigarette, and I was like, no, sir, like I do not smoke cigarettes. he's like, so what is that? And I told him like, oh, well, I smoke an herb. Like, it's nothing, I'm not doing anything different. Like, do you even notice when I am? And he doesn't notice. I mean, I'm just more calm. I can have more patience. I can take care of my kids. And
yeah. How old is your oldest?
he's 10.
He's 10. So
Yeah.
whenever he gets into that stage,
I was about to ask.
that he's like curious, you know. I mean, because we have a boy too, you know. So I want to see like what your thoughts are like with that. Once he tells you like, let's say the age of 15, and he's like, "Mom, I want to try it." What do you think would be your response to that?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would like be like, yeah, okay, you're good. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think I would.
I think the time has to come.
Until
Yeah.
you get there.
Yeah, I think I feel like Milo would probably be like, well, how about you wait a little bit longer or something? Try to push it as much as I
I'm
can.
gonna be like, man, I'll just go do it with my friends tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's like if you keep them from doing something,
Yeah,
they're gonna go behind your back. But it's not like a parent won't know, you know.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
At least I feel like I'll know everything. I feel like I'll just know somehow.
Okay.
I'll keep like drug tests around the house.
Oh,
Oh my God, you're gonna be that dad.
You'll just know by their behavior, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. 'Cause
Honestly, like with Milo, we do highly like, oh, no secrets. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I preach that like so much to him. And he's like tested him when he'll give him a canyon. He's like, oh, it's a secret between them. And
Yeah.
Milo would be like,
right away he just goes to
Mommy, puppy candy, you know. And I'm just like, oh, okay, thank you for, you know,
Aw.
telling me like no secrets. So I'm hoping that sticks like the older he gets. I don't know.
Last time we talked about that with Flip, he called him a snitch.
Oh yeah.
Pero
He did call him a snitch. I was about to
'cause
fight him.
for us, I guess I never thought about like the weed thing or the smoking stuff, right? I think about like the tattoos thing with him. So it's like I got tattoos, and then my parents were always like kind of like not for that, you know. So I think about like, oh, the day he asked me if he wants them or whatever, I think I'd be just way more open about it. But obviously, like legal age, 18 or
yeah.
whatever the hell.
Yeah.
So that
Whatever
way he
it
knows
is.
what he's getting and he's
Yeah.
not getting something like that he's going to regret later.
Yeah.
So when you're 18, I mean,
You still are like, come on.
yeah, you're still very immature.
Yeah. Do you have tattoos?
Yeah, I actually have 2.
Too.
Yeah,
What are
I
they?
have one on my arm, and it's pretty much like, let me see if I can show you. I probably cannot, but let me show you.
I saw that it's like a heart, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much like part of my healing, I guess.
I was gonna say the growth journey.
Yeah, my
or-
growth journey. Like, let me show you. It's pretty nice. It's very like fine line watercolor.
Oh, it's one of the
Oh
watercolor.
my god, I'm shaking because I am cold.
Do you want a blanket?
Do you want a blanket?
I have a blanket.
Oh, then yes, I want a blanket.
Here, let me go get one if you want. Oh,
Okay.
actually, I can get one when we come back
Okay.
from.
So it's pretty much like a brain, some flowers, a heart, and a third eye. It's pretty much just like my mind and my heart, like they finally are like working together. Because like in 2020, actually I'll pause so I can get that blanket.
Okay,
Okay.
we can pause. So you were saying that your tattoo, like it just, you said 2020?
Yeah, that's when I started changing like my focus, like how I think of things and whatnot. So I feel like I used to think very negative, like I was just like a victim of my life. Like I don't know, I had that victim mentality. So in 2020, when like it got shut down, right? Like life pretty much got shut down.
Yeah.
So I used to be a makeup artist. So I had to stop, right? And I've been a makeup artist for was a makeup artist for about 9 years. But before that, I don't know how, I don't know, what am I saying? I don't know, whatever. I was a makeup artist, right? And I just feel like I never had time for like my kids. I was always like on the weekends, I was always doing makeup. So when that stopped and like I had time to like be with myself because, you know, it was lockdown. So I was like, well, who am I? Like, I don't do makeup anymore. What am I doing with my life? So from there, I was just like, whatever comes. And I always wanted to do microblading. And then I just thought like, damn, like it's a lockdown. Like what if we die? Because it was like COVID, and I don't know.
You were negative.
It was just very like,
it was scary, right? Like
it was
Yeah,
a very
yeah.
scary time. Like, you know, you see a bunch of shit on social media and you didn't know what to believe. Some people are saying like, oh, it's a lie. Some people are saying like, oh no, like everyone's dying. So I got really scared, and I was like, I can't show up like this. Like, I can't show up scared. Like, I have a husband, I have kids. Like, I still have people that are like looking at me, and they're gonna look at me way more now because they're gonna be home like 24/7 from the moment they open their eyes to the moment they close their eyes. So I was like, I gotta change who I am. So, you know, I started working out like every day. I was very strict with my diet actually back in 2020. So I felt really good. Wasn't consuming as much sugar. I was just, you know, in a very good headspace. So I was like, you know what, whatever happens, happens. I used to always say that if I got some money like thrown from the sky, that I was going to invest in microblading. So then the stimulus check hit, right? And I was like, hey, this is some random money. Like, God, like, you looking out? So I told my husband, I was like, hey, I'm thinking of like investing in myself. Like, what do you think? And he was like, you know what? Like, yeah, go ahead. Like, you're not a quitter. So, like, go ahead and, you know, invest in yourself. We legit had like $60 in the bank account. When that stimulus check hit, it was literally the exact amount I needed to pay for this microblading course, because it's expensive. Like, it was like, I don't know, maybe $3,500. So, and I think that's what came like in the bank account, you know, like one day I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? So he told me yes. He was very supportive, and he's done this before. When I became a makeup artist, I had gotten fired, and then, you know, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do with my life? So he was like, you know, you want to do makeup, so just do it. So he was like, you've done it before, you can do it again. So where am I at?
With yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, you know, we did it. We put the deposit in, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what's happening to my life? Like, it's changing. I think it all went from like just changing my mindset. Like, I wasn't a victim of my life anymore, because everybody was going through the same shit I was going through. You know, there was people with no jobs. I didn't have a job. So I just started, you know, talking to the universe, going outside, like just eating my food outside. Like, that was crazy. I never used to eat outside at all. And like, it was fucking hot, you know, it was like, you know, we live in Houston, so it's fucking hot. So I would go outside and then just have my lunch and just look and just be grateful for like that moment. Like, you know, I got to see the sun today. Like, it's nice. I got to get a workout outside in my home with my children. Like, it was just really nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, but the world is going to shit, and like, I'm feeling really good about it. Like, what's going on? So I don't know, from there I was like, I want to keep this going. Like, I'm, you know, the momentum's there, so I'm just gonna keep it pushing. And I did, and then my life just started changing from there. So I wanted to get it tattooed on me, because I felt like I was finally listening to my heart, and like my brain was together. Like, I wasn't just like fighting myself all the time. And I just really enjoyed that time in my life.
Like,
and
they were both on the same page.
Yeah, so I was like, let me get it tatted so I can remind myself, like, when I'm having those hard times, like, wake up and be like, okay, we're good. You know, the universe has my back.
That's good though, because like with the whole victim mentality, like how did it affect your relationship or no?
Oh, for sure. I feel like it did. Like, we hit, like, after we had Benji, like, I guess we were both kind of like in a funk, you know. So I had to wait, what am I saying? This is so wrong. I'm thinking of a different time. Yes, the victim mentality, my bad. I was thinking of a whole different time in my head right now. Yeah, so I used to always like blame everything that happened, like,
to you.
Yeah, like, oh, why do I live like this? And yeah, for sure, I mean, I would take it all on him, and I just feel like he didn't deserve that.
But he wouldn't tell you like not get over it, but snap out of it.
No, he was just very supportive. Like, he was just always like, I don't know, comforting me, whatever I needed. But I mean, it was just me. Like, I would wake up and just like fight myself like all the time. And he'll just like be there for me. Like, if I needed a full fucking cake that day because I was just feeling depressed, like, he'll just go buy me the full cake and a whole tall glass of milk, and let's comfort each other. So yeah, eventually, you know, that had to change. So we did that, and he was there supporting that change too. So.
Yeah, which because he's here tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's here tonight, so I keep looking at him.
Yeah. No, because, you know, I think I've talked about it, and I tell him that I feel like I always come off like a bitch, you know, because I mean, I feel like a lot of people go through a lot of stuff, you know, different. I've been through stuff. He's gone through whatever he's gone through, but I feel like I've always been the type to like not baby the people that have like the victim mentality. I'll tell them like, no, like do better for you, you know. But then if they keep telling me, but I can't, I'm just not the person to be like, you have to do it. You can't tell me you can. Like you have to. You have no choice.
Yeah,
and
my
I feel
husband's like that.
Yeah, and
He
I feel
pushes
like
me.
and that's why I tell him that sometimes like he's the same way. That's why I was asking like if it affected your relationship, because I feel like I don't have the victim mentality, but maybe if I have a day that I am in a funk, you know, he'll be like, nah, you know, he'll snap out of it like you're doing whatever, you know.
Yeah, because there's a difference, like, when you want to, like, ¿cómo se dice cuando you're expressing yourself, like, you're venting, right? So there's a difference when you come home and you want to vent to somebody or your significant other and you're just, like, you know, feeling like shit or whatever, you know, pero it's cool to vent, but at some point it's like, all right, bro, like, you got it off your chest, like, now
You got to put some action.
Yeah,
to
but
it.
I know that it's different as a mom, you know, because when you said, oh, who am I? And because we were driving like a while back and I told him like, I don't even know like what to do. Like, because I don't have a full-time job, you know, like I'll just do shit here and there. I have my clothing brand. But like I tell him like that one time we were in the truck, I'm just like, I don't remember like who I am as a person or what I want to do, you know, because everything I do now has to revolve around Milo.
Yeah.
But that's not okay in a way, because it's just like he's gonna grow up, get married, and I'm still gonna be like,
who am I?
yeah, who am I, you know? So it's good that at some point, like, you know, for moms, whoever are watching, like, you do have to put yourself first. And that was one of my biggest things, like, a goal this year, you know?
When you're feeling good, looking good, like doing the things that make you happy, you're a much better partner, like a much better mom and sister, and
a better person.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
a better person overall, for sure.
And it shouldn't be like a guilt thing either. Like, you know, like, oh, you should feel bad because you're going to take an hour to go to the gym so you can feel good. Like, no, just take the hour, go to the gym and feel better, you know?
You got to take care of yourself, for sure. That way you can, you know, put that out there, because whenever I wasn't taking care of myself, like, I was just yelling all the time, screaming all the time about everything. Everything was a problem. Every little thing was an inconvenience. And I just sucked. Like, I sucked as a person, you know. And I realized that because when we moved, we used to live by Baybrook. We had these big old fucking mirrors, like, as in our room, like, well, in our hallway, going to the restroom, like getting out of our room. So you would look at yourself like every single day, and I would just be like, what the fuck? Like, who is this person? I was overweight. I was just so mean. I don't know. I couldn't stand my own self. So I felt like looking at myself every day, I was like, I gotta change her. And I kind of started thinking like, you know how like when you play video games, like you get to, like, if you work on something for so much, then you gain some strength. Or when you like, you know, you just level up. I was like, what if like I treat myself like an avatar, you know, like I just start upgrading myself, you know, like I upgrade my phone, I upgrade like my makeup kit, because I did makeup at the time. So I was like, I upgrade all these things, and like, why don't I upgrade my damn self? Like, you know, I gotta stop complaining about like the cellulite, or complaining about like, oh, I had, because, you know, you have kids. So when you have kids, you get like stretch marks and muffin top and like all this stuff, right? So I was like, I can't keep complaining about that stuff. Like, it already happened. Like, why am I still here? Like, ew, you're so ugly, or like, you know, you didn't bounce back like all these other people, you know, just having that victim mentality of like, why me? Yeah, why me? And then, you know, I was like, why not me? Like, I'm gonna put myself together. So, you know, started like picking up my pieces and just like putting myself together, and I felt like had to have that.
Yeah, that's really good though.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is, because honestly, it's so hard to talk to somebody that agrees about the victim mentality, because you know, a lot of people do walk around the world thinking like
the world owes them something, right?
You know?
Yeah, there's so many times where she's like on the phone, or I don't know, talking to somebody, and then I'm overhearing, you know, and then they're talking about like, or she's just giving me like así como que I guess I hear you, right? And then I'm just like, who is it? And then she'll tell me like, oh, so and so's going through it.
Yeah.
So and so's going through it, and I'm just like, oh my God, bro, like.
But like I told him last year, the putting myself first, was like a thing for me with having to deal with like, I mean, if you have a problem, hit me up, I'll hear you out. But don't hit me up if you want me to baby you, because that's not going to be the case,
Yeah.
Hit me up if you want the truth. Like, I'll give it to you.
I've learned that, like, there's a difference where, like, I'm here for you. I'll listen to you. Or do you want my advice? Because I used to go through it like that. Like, I would hear, like, all the drama, and I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Like, change this, and that. And then nothing, right? Come back next week with the same news, and I'm like, dude, what? Like, I'm giving you all this energy of like telling you what you could do to change your life, and like you're not doing it. It's simple everyday little habits, right, that you could change, so that way you could just feel better, like as small as like do your bed every day or something.
Yeah.
And like it just sucks whenever you like put so much energy into someone, or they're like dumping all their shit on you, and you're just taking it in, and then like no action. It's like, you know what, I'll listen to you, but I won't say nothing no more. Like, I'll just listen.
Nah.
Maybe that's what clicked in my head though.
Then not to say anything.
Yeah, and then so it gets to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to listen to them. Like, it's just dumb, But yeah, if they come to their senses and they're like, hey, like I've been thinking about myself, and I want to, how'd you do this, and then that's when I'll like give my time to them,
Yeah, because like I said last year, that was one of the things. So I feel like I did distance myself a lot, or not even distant. It was just like, don't call me with your bullshit, because I would keep that. And it's like if you put a picture and then they're telling you their problems, and you're literally the problems that te pegan.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's not even like really you going through it, but then you just stick with them, like, And then I feel like that would happen to me a lot. And then I would come and tell him, and he'd be like, I don't care. And I'm just like, damn, all right, well, let me not tell you anymore, And every time he'd be like,
because
you know how the story ends, right?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, well.
Yeah, so it's true. So last year I was like, nah, I'm gonna like just keep myself away from that. And then this year I feel like my next step would be like, I don't got time for like, thing is like not wasting any time. And I talked to some girl, her name's and she told me like, I don't want to talk about like stupid shit, like that's wasting time anyways. And I'm like, oh, that is so fucking true. Like, like, stop talking about like stupid shit that ain't gonna help you in your life.
It's not gonna better you at all.
It's not. So then I'm just like, you're right. So that's my focus too this year.
Yeah, for sure. You should. You're gonna feel so much better.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be proud at the end of the year. You're gonna be like, wow.
Well, I was proud last year because I feel like a lot of my family, it's more my family, like they'll hit me up, or his family, and then now I feel like both sides are just like, they'll call me and I won't answer, and I'm like, if it's important, they'll text me, or they'll leave me a voicemail. Yeah. And if it's not right, won't answer a lot of the times now, because I'm just like, I don't got time for this shit. I'm watching a movie right now. Like,
yeah, and then sometimes she'll like give me like a little bit of like the drama that's going on, and I'm like, oh, what the hell that's going on? And she's like, it's been going on. But me, I guess being so like opted out, like no, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even think about it, so it doesn't stress me out, throughout the day. Like, it's not a thought in the back of my mind,
Yeah.
So I think that's,
well, props to you, because I'm happy that you worked yourself out of that like mentality, because I'm sure it's hard.
Yeah, and then sometimes you fall back a little, but you just gotta remember, like, I'm not there no more. Like, you gotta keep moving, because if you keep looking back, then you're just gonna stay there, and then years are just going by. So honestly, I felt like that's what happened. Like, I would look back and I'm like, my kids are growing up. They're like not even babies anymore. And you remember like that newborn stage, and you're just like, oh my God, especially when you become like a first time mom, like, everything's different. Like, you're not even that person at all. Like, every time, like, even like a new mom, every time you become a mom again, like, you change all over again. You got to like relearn to love that person and build that person up. And it's just, you can't stay in the past. Like, you just can't, because shit's changing every single day.
So whenever you said you like worked yourself out of that mentality, you started eating healthier, that's when you did keto?
Yeah, I did keto.
Was that hard for you?
Mentally, yes. Yeah.
What is keto?
So it's the one that no carbs, right? Or only carbs?
It's low carbs. So
low carbs.
Pretty much like 5 grams of carbs you're gonna have like per day, 5 to 10. But depending on like your body weight and stuff like that. But it's really low carb, high fat, and like moderate protein.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much your body starts running on fat because we're made up of fat. So if your body is like running on fat, it just starts burning all your like extra fat. So then you get like, you're burning fat in your sleep. You get like real lean, and just, it's actually really nice. Your brain like functions so much better. Like it doesn't feel like you have all these clouds in your head. Like your thoughts are just like super sharp. It's nice. It's nice to be on keto. If you've ever done it, like,
no,
if you ever do it, let me know, because it's.
Are you gonna do it again?
I want to, but it's just, man, right now, like, I'm rebuilding myself, so it's gonna take me some time. But I want to. I really do. Like cutting off sugar completely. It's a good thing. Your brain definitely like works how it's supposed to. You're not like glitching all the time. So yeah.
I think the first time I heard about you was when you did it. She did a giveaway with Stephanie, no?
Yeah, with the fitness.
Yeah,
My bad.
that was yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the fitness.
Yeah, we did a giveaway a few years back. I think this was probably 2019. Yeah.
I think okay.
Is that when you had gone like super fit?
Yeah, I had like
Yeah, you
abs
did,
and everything. That shit
yeah.
was crazy.
Oh.
So you were
okay.
doing keto at that time, or that was
Yeah,
like
I was
okay.
doing keto at that time. I think I did keto all like 2019 and 2020. I mean, there was times I would fall off a little bit, but yeah, always hopping back on it, like to make sure like I was in ketosis. I even had like strips and all, and it's nice. It's nice to be there. You should try it. I should try it.
I feel like it'll be so hard. I think I don't think I can commit to myself like that just yet.
Wasn't Amy doing it?
Yeah, Amy
And
did
then she
keto.
stopped, right? Because
Yeah, I mean, she lost the weight, and then I think she was like at the point where she wanted to get, and then she
Yeah.
went on a trip, and then she came back, and I don't think she did it again.
That's pretty much what happened. I got super lean, so I lost like a shitload of weight. I think when I first started, I was about like 170 pounds or so, and then I went all the way down to like 120 pounds.
Yeah, I saw your before
lean.
and afters.
Yeah, I had like maybe like 33% like body fat, and then when I was like done with keto, I think I was about like 17% body fat. So I was like really lean. Like that was crazy.
And all the workouts you did were with Stephanie.
And like weight training too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you have a trainer, or you just did yourself?
No, and then I got really good looking in 2021. That's when my husband got me pregnant.
Damn, he did you like that?
He did me like that. I was like, that was the time of my life where I was like, I don't hate a single part of my body, like at all. I was like, I'm good with everything.
And then you got
And
pregnant.
then he got me pregnant. Yeah.
She said he got me pregnant.
Yeah, he sure did.
That's so funny. Because, we know Stephanie. I was a bridesmaid at her brother's wedding.
Okay.
We've been knowing each other since like way back.
Yeah.
And then I remember when I saw that she started training, I'm just like, holy shit. I think I did one of like the plants with Priscilla Panchos. And I was like, it's a lot of like cardio, right? Like
Yeah, it's HIIT
cardio.
Yeah. It's intense work for
yeah.
sure. It's not for the weak. My husband he did it too, and it was wild. He lost a lot of weight too.
Did you do the whole thing?
Yeah.
I did the home challenge.
The home one?
And
I went to like the in person, but it was too early, so I stopped going after. Because I would still go work out. Like I would still go lift weights later on in the day. So I was like, man, I could just go to the gym. I'll stop going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for the weak. It's just
yeah, it's not for the weak. Yeah, she's
Like,
a really good coach too.
How early were y'all going?
5.
Oh, the
so
5
we're getting
a.m.
up at 4 to be there at 5.
Damn.
Dang.
I'm doing that right now, actually.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
Well, I start my 5 a.m. back on
You're gonna start
Monday.
Monday?
Because I would go at 5. Like, I just think I always tell him, like, man, working out in the morning is like the best. Like, because you just get your day started so early.
Yeah, and it's with you. Like, you start your day with you. And that
Yeah.
shit just feels really good because you're not, like, servicing other people. You're servicing yourself. So I like that. That's why I joined again, because I was like...
And you're not the type to... I know you said you had, like, some anxiety. What about when you joined? You just joined with somebody or by yourself?
Honestly, we go back to keto right here because I feel like keto, like, cured that. Like, weird because, like, before I did keto, I would try to go to the gym. Actually, I trained with Kat at the beginning of my fitness journey, but this was before keto. So I think I was training with her maybe like sometime in 2017. Our babies are like the same age. So we just like got together and like she would train me. So when I stopped training with her and I tried to go to the gym by myself, man, that shit sucked. Like I would just sit out the gym like this, like, and my baby in the back, like, oh man, like I need to get out, I need to go to the gym. And then I'll just start thinking of all these things of like why I shouldn't get off, like, you know, like, oh, there's probably somebody right here like watching, what if this happens to me, what if my baby's crying, like it just, all the things, right? And I wouldn't go, I'll just go back home, and then I'll go home and then I'll feel like shit, I'm like, fuck, like I didn't go to the gym today, like, and I was there.
Yeah.
So then when I started cutting off sugar, then it was just weird. Like, I don't know. I was just a whole different I literally felt like I was like Supergirl or something. I don't know. Like,
you feel like it mentally cleanse you or something?
Yeah. You just feel really good. Like, you literally feel like you're on top of the world. Like, nobody can tell you shit. It's like that. It's nice. But what was I saying? I don't even know. I get like...
you need to get back on keto.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like... Do you think your mind races like it's like just, super like?
Yeah, for sure. You know, my 10-year-old like diagnosed me with like ADHD. The other day he was like, "Mom, have you been to the doctor? Because I think you have ADHD." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, like." Because I guess he watches like some shit on TikTok, and I guess he was like, "That's probably my mom." Yeah, because there's like ads that come up like, "Oh, if you have ADHD."
Or they do the things where it's like, if you have this, you have this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've never gone to the doctor or anything like that, but I was like, damn, like.
No, but you know, it's crazy because you have where like Milo, our son, he's thinking, but the words aren't processing fast enough to come out.
That's
so
why
he's just like.
He's like, I'm not high no more. So like it just.
Yeah, or what he'll do is like start with a story, and then like he'll just continue talking, and then like he'll just walk away while he's talking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he just forgot what he was telling us, you know.
That happens. Like, I'm telling you, my brain glitches. That's why my man's here to think for me sometimes, because I get lost in like the conversation, and I'm like, wait, I had a point to why I was saying all of this, and now I forgot the point of it. But
I forgot. I said. Because she was talking about, you were training with Kat, and then you were going to the gym, and then you couldn't get off, and you felt bad for not going.
Yeah.
Because you were like
anxiety.
So, anxiety.
Keto cured anxiety. There we go.
Yeah,
we got it back. Yeah. So pretty much, I feel like keto cured my anxiety because I don't even like to call it my anxiety. You know, I like to call it like anxiety. Like it's not mine. I don't want to carry that shit. It's scary to be there. But yeah, I feel like it did that for me, and I think from there, like, I just kind of stopped. I was just more aware of my thoughts, even though they go away sometimes, like earlier. But, you know, I catch them. They come back. But yeah, it did that for me. And now I don't have it as bad, I don't think.
Yeah, so you feel like you can do things like sign up to Stephanie's challenge. Well, now probably because you're more comfortable with her, right? But
yeah. Honestly, I go in there and it's just like tunnel vision. Like I literally sit in the front just so I can look at myself, work out, and then just be like, it's me and you right now, like nobody else.
And nobody tries to be like, hey, are you Whydott?
Yeah,
they do that.
Come up. Yeah. And I'm probably a little weird. I'm just like, oh yeah, thanks, you know, gotta go. But I mean,
no, because this is my first time. I mean, I've maybe gone to the gym like once or twice, like throughout the years, you know, by myself. I've always had like a gym partner. But this is like literally like the first that I'm like going by myself.
Yeah.
But next week on Monday is going to be my first time going at 5 a.m. by myself. So I'm kind of scared. I always get scared. And I always tell him in the morning, I'll wake up. I'm like, should I go? And then he'll be like, no, it's dark. Just stay. And I don't get up.
Yeah, I'm half asleep and shit. Like,
so I'm at night. Well, we don't have nobody to watch Milo at that time.
Yeah, just get up and walk her to her car. Yeah.
This? And open the door for me.
Yeah, and open the door for her.
Ben set the standard, man.
I know.
open car doors, and
I know. I saw that. And
you grabbed your gum right now, right?
Oh, yeah, and then he grabbed my gum.
You don't grab my gum either, but you do grab my plates though, my cereal plates.
Yeah, because you don't want to get up, and I'm just like, damn.
He's very thoughtful. Like he does really. He's a really good husband. He's a great husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go on a quick break and talk about like the partners and stuff.
Okay.
So we wanted to talk about like your partner, but also. Like, how do you balance your life right now?
I don't balance my life. I've been telling myself I want to ride like the wave of my life because I feel like balancing is really stressful to think about, because if you think of a balance, like it's literally like this, you know, it's balancing. Life is like life for me or for us, like for me and my husband, like it's not like that. Like it's just, you know, it just goes in waves, and I already know them. Like I know myself. Like I know, like from January to like September, I'm pretty good with myself. And then like fall time comes around and I'm like, I get depressed. Like, so I just, since I know this, like we try to just like ride the waves and like, okay, we know this is going to happen around this time, and just like, we got to be okay with it.
Yeah.
So pretty much, I don't know why, like during the fall time, like, I don't know, I don't want to work out no more. I just.
Do you think it's the holidays?
I think so. I think the holidays just kind of bring me down a little bit, and I just got to, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm kind of like a
go
tree.
with the flow.
Yeah, like you know how trees are like, they just like look very beautiful throughout like summertime, springtime, and during fall, like they just start like shedding. I feel like that's what I do. Like I just like start shedding, like I don't know, I get into like a hibernation, start shedding like myself or something. I don't know. Or that's what I think about.
Yeah, or do you feel like you burnt yourself out for doing so good these like all these months, and then you're just like,
yeah, maybe,
you know,
it could be that. I don't know. I don't feel like I get burnt out. Maybe like, I don't know. I don't know. The holidays just bring me down, and I just want to eat the yummy food and just like not do all the stuff that I was doing before. I just want to like chill, I guess.
And
so
do you go ahead.
I was gonna say, so then at what point, if you're doing good all year and then it kind of like falls off a little bit, like at what point does it pick up again? January?
Yeah. I don't know why. It's just like an instant like shift, like new year, new you. Yeah, for sure. And I take it, you know, I change my hair a lot. So like every year, like it's like a whole new person for me. Like, I don't know. I'm just not who I was before.
And really quick about your hair. What's been your favorite hairstyle?
Whenever I had it like long back in 2021, it was like really long and like chestnut color. I had extensions and all. Like it was just like,
he's not gonna know what you're talking about, but I know what you're talking
about.
Yeah,
it's like
no, babe. What the hairstyle?
It's like a chestnut color.
Chestnut?
Like
I know what a chestnut looks like.
Whenever she had it though.
Oh.
Yeah, like back in 2021, like that was my favorite hairstyle, like for sure.
Like long
and but I can't keep up with that life. Like I have 3 kids, husband, and business, and it's just too much to wake up and like do your hair or like do the whole like blow drying your hair and styling, and it's just too much right now. So but that was my favorite. I love it right now though, but
I like your hair right now too.
But like my top favorite, like what I would for sure know I would go back to is that one.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Is this your new like new hair, new year?
Not yet. My appointment's coming up next month.
Oh, okay. Do you have an idea of what you're gonna get?
I mean, no.
Not yet?
Yes and no. I keep changing my mind. Like first I asked him, I was like, hey, I asked my husband, I was like, hey, what hairstyle is your favorite? Like, what is your favorite?
That same one, but I feel like every time I tell my favorite, she goes opposite. I was like, just do what you want. You know?
He doesn't want to say his favorite.
He did tell me like this blonde, right? Like I had it a little bit more blonde, I guess, when I was pregnant with my baby, with Jimena. And then I just told her like not so blonde, so I don't have to go back so often. But now, like, I don't know, I'm like, maybe I should go back to that one. So
I like the color you have on right now.
Yeah.
I think
I think the top is like my natural hair because it's already like grown out, and then like just
the highlights.
I don't know.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's a light color.
Yeah, it's like pretty ashy.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I never used to change my hair color. Like my mom never let me when I was young, and like when I got older, I was like, fuck that. I ain't paying that much for my hair. You know, I didn't have no money. I was so young, so I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
And it is expensive as hell. Like,
yeah, it's expensive. It's definitely a luxury. Like you can't just like, you know, go with whoever because then they're gonna mess up your hair. So I didn't used to do that. I should just get haircuts. Like that's it. And a lot of people would compliment my hair color, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna change it. Like I should just leave it. And then one time, I don't know, I just had the whole weight loss thing, and I was like, I'm gonna change my identity now. Like I want to be somebody else.
Because you did it's like a pixie cut, right?
Yeah, I did that too.
Do you know that you were like on because today when I was going on your profile, I put Whydott, like I put Whydott, right, like on the search, but instead of account, it said like
hashtag.
Like where you see everything that has Whydott.
Oh, like a hashtag. Yeah.
It's a hashtag.
Yeah, it's a hashtag.
Yeah.
Well, I saw your picture, and so I clicked on it, but it was in your profile.
Oh.
It was like a page that had like nothing but girls with pixie cuts.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I forgot the handle.
Yeah, I forgot the handle too, but I
about.
was like, holy shit, I guess. And it was nothing but girls, and she was one of them. And then she's like, the girl said on the thing, the caption, like, oh, and she's at Whydott I just have a feeling she's about to gain a lot of followers or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope. But like,
Yeah.
you know, but I was like, I wonder if she knows that she was like on the page. and,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. They used to like repost like because I had two different types of like pixies. Like I had like a I don't know what's it called, like when they shave your head, like a buzz cut, like a fade. I had a fade.
She got a
Full
fade?
Like, she went to my barber. To get
Yeah.
Oh,
I
what?
went to my husband's
How
barber.
how did that make you feel?
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally changed my mind from like one day to another. So I had like silver hair,
Yeah.
like super long, and then it was time for me to take them off. So I was like, you know what? I lost some weight. I don't have a double chin anymore. I'm gonna shave my head. Like, and this was in November, December. I don't know. So
It was cold.
Yeah, when I was going through like my depression stage. Yeah, I have seasonal depression. So I was like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna shave my head. And then I told him, I was like, what do you think about this? Because I saw like some other girl, right? Like had like the same hairstyle. I was like, what do you think about this? I showed him on my phone. And then he was like, you can do that? You can pull it off. Okay. And I was like, all right, I'm doing this tomorrow. He's like, tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I thought you were just gonna take out your extensions. I was like, no, I'm gonna shave it. So I got like a really like shortcut first, and then I didn't like it. So that's when I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to your barber. Is it cool? So then we all went, like me, him, and the kids.
Who's your barber?
His name is Blue Barber. He owns a
Blessed Barbershop.
Blessed Barbershop on Fairmont. Right in front of Miller Intermediate, I believe. He's Puerto Rican. He's
Wait,
been here-
is he by the? You said by Miller, the
Miller
school?
Intermediate right across the street in that shopping center.
Oh, okay. Is that where Alexia has her?
Yeah, yeah.
That
mhm,
one?
mhm.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Right there by where Alexia has her.
Strong is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? No,
No.
you don't.
It's on Fairmont
It's on
by
Fairmont.
what is it? La Michoacana, like that area. Around.
I told you.
Kinda.
Oh, this is where
You
Alexia
go by
has her.
okay, so where Flip's gym is at? Where is
Okay, do
Yeah,
a U-turn.
You go towards Shaver, from down Fairmont towards Shaver, and it's like about halfway between his gym and Shaver. It's like right there. It's an intermediate school, and right in front of it there's a shopping
Yeah,
center.
you know where the street, like if we're going that
that
way.
one school that we always pass?
Yeah,
Like-
right in front of it is where Alexia has her.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that-
It's close to where we took pictures for Vinny. Or,
Oh yeah, by that church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Oh, that's real close.
Yeah, that is
went to
close.
go get a fade there. And that was nice.
That's cool.
You feel like no one can mess with you when you shave your head.
I don't think I could ever do it.
Honestly, I never thought I could do that shit either. And then one day from another, I was like,
No, but
Shave my head.
you give me the spontaneous vibes though.
yeah,
So
definitely.
I don't
Gotta
think
act
I'm
on-
that spontaneous. I don't think
No,
I'm
we put a lot
spontaneous.
of thought into what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I feel like I rethink a lot of shit. I'm just like, man. The only time I did that, it was after we got married, and the only time I've ever cut my hair like short, like shoulder length, and I just shut up, and he was like, "You cut your hair, remember?" And I was like, "Yeah." That was the only time, but other than that, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. I'm a little chicken shit.
I just feel like, I don't know. I have to change who I am like every 3 months or something. I don't know.
Do
what
you
it
feel
is.
like it helps you?
Yeah. It keeps
Mentally,
me
right?
Yeah, it keeps me motivated, I guess, too.
But it's
to
kind of
keep
cool
going.
because I feel like artists do that a lot, like
Yeah.
musicians.
Yeah.
Like I see Drake and I see like even girls. I guess Karol G, stuff like that.
Changing
Like
their image all the time.
they change their image all the time, and it's like it's kind of like temporadas where it's like, okay, well she went through this stage of her life and now
Yeah,
you know?
that's how I am. That's how I feel that I am. Like I'm always like every stage requires like a different me.
yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And then since we talked about your hair, going back to the balancing the fit life, mom life, wife life, and like your boss life, right? So you said you don't balance it. So do you ever feel like mom guilt if you work more than spending time with your kids?
Yeah, for sure. Like before I had my baby, I definitely was working a lot. Like I loved it though. Like I had never done that before. Like for my business, I mean, yes, I did work a lot when I was a makeup artist, but not like I am with microblading. Like microblading is like every single day. Like it was like a 9 to like 7 p.m. type of deal. Like I was working, and that was every single day except Sundays. And then, I got pregnant. So I was like, man, that's 3 kids that are not going to have their mom every single day, like for this amount of time. So I was like, I can't do that. Like I have to like chill a little bit. So yeah, I don't work as much anymore. So I don't have that guilt of like, damn, like I work too much and they're not with their mom. So.
Yeah. So I feel like since you have, you work out at 5, it helps with your fit life, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because
your kids are asleep.
Yeah. And when I'm not working out, at 5, like life is hectic. Like I can't fit a workout in my day.
Yeah.
And then I'm a sucky person, so I gotta work out.
Yeah.
Like I know myself. If I don't work out, like I get depressed. So I don't do it for the image anymore. Right now I'm doing it more for like my mental health. Yeah. And to be present with my kids.
Yeah.
So what's your daily schedule like? Like what's a day in the life?
My alarm's at 4:15. I try to beat my alarm sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but 4:15 is the time I get up, and then I make it to work out like at 4:45. I don't like to be there at 5 a.m. because, man, if I make it right on time, I feel like I'm just rushing and like just trying to catch up, right? So I try to get there a little earlier, or like 5 minutes earlier sometimes, and work out for an hour, come home. I take apple cider vinegar, and then just start making my breakfast, and then go like say hi to my baby and my husband and be like, hey, what's up?
you can wake up now.
Yeah. And then I go and like breastfeed the baby, and then I go eat, wake up the kids, and like then the day just starts rolling from there. Yeah. And make it to work by 10.
So then the apples, you take a shot, right?
Yeah, I take a shot of apple
What
cider
is it
vinegar.
for?
Damn, it's like a huge list. But the reason I take it, it's because when I had Benji, I had cancer cells in my cervix. So I had to go through like 2 surgeries. And one of my clients, like I was doing her makeup, and I was telling her, oh, I'm not going to be able to do your makeup because like I got to go have surgery. And then she was like, oh, you could take apple cider vinegar for that. And I was like, what? Apple cider vinegar? And she was like, yeah, that purges cancer cells. And I was like, all right. So I did my research. And then from there, I was doing it for my health, but I also needed to lose weight. And like that says like it helps with like sugar cravings. It helps with like, just keeping your appetite pretty low, and you're gonna also burn some fat. So I was like, oh, okay, motivation, and I get some, and I get to purge these cancer cells. So then I started taking it with it was like a concoction. Is that how you say it?
Concoction.
Yeah. So I put ginger, I put cinnamon, I put pink salt, and then a lemon, and then some cold water, and then just do like a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and take that every day.
And that's how you do it right now?
Yeah, that's how I do it right now. There was a time in my life where I was taking it twice a day, and I was doing like 2 to 3 tablespoons a day. That shit was wild. It gives you like energy, and like, I don't know. It just makes you feel, it makes you feel really good. There's like a bunch of things, honestly. Like
I bought it.
Too many.
It's like the one, I bought it, and I just...
The one with the mother? Yeah.
I don't even know which one I got.
Has like some little stuff in the bottom. Yeah.
I never even took it. I think I ended up throwing it away.
It stinks so bad. Like, it is disgusting. But when you dilute it, and then you have to keep like an open mind, and you got to do it right away. Like my routine is like I count down from 5. So I'm like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And like when I say 1, I got to take it, because if I hesitate, I'm not taking it. So I count down, because when I get to 1, like you're done. I don't count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because then it can be like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I just count down from 5, take it, and then I drink a glass of water, and then I'm good. Wait a little bit for it to settle, because it gets a little like acidy in your stomach.
You need that, babe.
It helps. What? It has like a lot of like...
You get a lot of sugar cravings, and...
Yeah, because you keep all the candy right there on the counter.
But it ain't for you. It's for the guests.
Well, then put it at his height.
It's not for Milo either.
Oh, for the
it's
guests?
For the guests.
Oh, it's for y'all.
Yeah.
I guess.
They're not even going to see it.
I'm like, where's it at? No, I'm just kidding.
And then I'll buy snacks, and it's like, it ain't for him. It's for Milo, because he does snack a lot, or for school when he takes his lunch. And then he caught him this morning, right?
Yeah, he did. I had a mini brownie de él, like yesterday while I was working, and then I didn't finish it. And then so this morning while he's getting ready for school, I went and I put it back like on the where all the candy's at, and it made a little noise like the candies, What? And then he's like, you grabbed the candy, and I'm like, I don't have a candy. And then he's like, I heard it. He's like, I saw you, and I'm like, man, he didn't even see me. And this, when I come back from work, I told her, I'm like, well, in the morning, I put a candy back. I didn't grab one, though. But he was kind of right, But
yeah, you should, you should look into... Yeah, he calls him out a lot.
Yeah. I used to be like very aware, like, oh no, I can't have this because it has like this much sugar, and like it messes with your teeth. It does this. I try to be very like open, and I just speak a lot in front of my kids so they can hear like, oh, this is very bad for you. Maybe I shouldn't have. And I tell them, like, you can have some, just don't abuse it. It's just like anything. Yeah,
that's true.
So if you have too much alcohol, you get drunk. If you have too much sugar, you get diabetes. You know, if you have too much of something, like there's consequences to having too much, even if it's like really healthy. Like vitamins, you can't take too much vitamins and you'll get like, I don't know, you get sick or some shit happens to you. I don't know. My midwife told me something about that. Like, don't take too many because then something like, I don't know what happens, but
too much water kills you.
Yeah, too much of everything.
Too much of everything is just too much. So, I just try to be aware, like, oh, if you eat too much candy, like your teeth are gonna rot. Like, you can't have too much of it.
So your kids, how is their eating?
So my oldest Andrew, man, I wish I was like him, man. Like in that area, because he's very like, oh, we're eating ice cream, right? And he's like, nah, I don't want any. I'm like, what? Like, come on, have some ice cream. Nah, I'm good. And I'm like, dude, what? Like, cake? He don't even do cake for his birthday. And I'm like, what? I'll do like cupcakes. I mean, it's still cake, but like he won't do a lot of sugar. He does do like the sour candies, but he doesn't do a lot of sugar. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm like, I wish I was like you. Benji, on the other hand, he was a really good eater, like really good up until he turned like 3. Then he started being real picky about everything. And right now he's like, I want donuts. I want cake pops. I want like all the sugar. And like, I guess I used to do that with him, so that's why he's asking for it. But now it's like way more. Like, he for sure.
Is he still a picky eater?
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like Milo started eating okay, I mean, as a baby, right? And then he became like super picky. But now his idol to him is Goku. So anything Goku eats, he'll eat it. So
Benji could be like that. Like, every time, oh, like a T-Rex ate this. Like, he'll be like, what? I'm like, yeah, it has meat. You know, dinosaurs eat meat. And then he'll be like, all right, cool. And then he'll eat it.
Yeah.
But you got to kind of like play with your kids a little bit to like get them
trick
to
them
eat.
in a way. Yeah.
You can't just be like, eat this and like eat it now. Because I used to do that with my oldest, and maybe that's why he's very like, no, I don't want that. Because I used to be like, you got to eat that. Like, you have to. And then I'm like, you're not going to get this if you don't eat it. And then like, I still wouldn't get him to eat it. So I just stopped. And like, now he's a little bit open-minded about certain things. But it has to be like, he has to be like super duper convinced, like, for him to eat it. And Benji, I mean, he's still picky, but we can convince him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause what's that book that Milo has with the dinosaurs or something? He's always talking about
Dragones y tacos.
Yeah, but the tacos
So that's the tacos that have they have tomato, so it's red.
Oh, okay.
But he thinks it's ketchup.
Oh, nice.
So he asked for his tacos with ketchup.
Yeah,
I'm like,
what
bro,
the hell, bro?
No.
Tell him this is ketchup, but it's like in cubes.
No, his thing is like, when he has his like mindset on something, it's like, that's what it is. Like, oh no, mommy, that's ketchup. And I'm just like, no, dude, it's tomatoes. Like, you know.
Yeah, like with pizza, when we order pizza and we get a little side of the marinara sauce, he's like, oh, I want ketchup. And I'm like, it's not ketchup, bro. So I just call it pizza sauce, you know? And I'm like, oh, it's pizza sauce. And he's like, no, it's ketchup. So I'm just like, oh my God, bro.
But you know, what we started doing with him was the eating. Like, we were like, this is what there is. You're going to have to eat it. And now he eats like his little food, and he'll be like, it's rica or rico or whatever, right? Like but I'm just like, yeah, bro, you don't have no option. Like, that's what you're going to eat, you know?
Yeah, sometimes you can't give them that option, because then if you give them options, they're like, oh. Well,
and I used to give him a lot of
options.
options. Like, I'd be like, well, what do you want? And then I would have to like make him whatever he wanted. And I feel like that's how he became a picky eater.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we messed up with Benji too, because now he's like, well, I got options. And before, it's like, here's your plate. Like, I wouldn't even be like, hey, do you want like this or do you want that? Like, I'll just be like, oh, I'm making this. This is what's like for dinner. And then he'll just eat. But when I have to give him like an option, then he's like, oh, maybe I don't want to eat, or you know, maybe I don't want that, or I don't want nothing from home. I want you to buy me some mod pizza or something. I'm like, dude, what?
I love mod
I said
pizza.
If you wanted something from here, yeah, me too. It's so good.
Might get some after.
Yeah, okay. They close at 10.
Yeah,
It's too late
it's
then.
really good.
It
Mod
is
pizza
good.
is like the shit for sure.
So
Do y'all wait real quick?
No, go ahead.
Pineapple on pizza or no?
Oh, for sure.
For sure. You?
For real?
For sure.
Definitely.
I'm not a picky eater at all.
You don't like pineapple on pizza?
I mean, I never
He's
had
never
it,
had
but,
it. So
but
I
it's
tried
kind of
it.
weird. Like,
So do you get it with ham?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I tried it with at
'cause that's the
Mott's.
Hawaiian pizza, right?
Yeah,
With
but
pineapple
at
and ham.
mod pizza, I don't get it like that. At mod pizza, like, I do add the pineapple, but I do spicy chicken sausage and Canadian bacon, and then ricotta cheese and
See,
some
like, I couldn't
spinach.
do that. I'm
That's some
too
exotic
picky.
pizza right there.
that
It's
is-
fucking delicious. Like, if you try it, please, like, let me know.
I'm
The
not
first
trying
pizza
it.
that I ever like, because Supreme pizzas, what are Supreme pizzas? Like
With
they have
everything.
ongos and shit. Like,
Mushrooms.
and
and-
what are those black things called?
Olives.
Olives.
Yeah. Can you tell we don't eat veggies?
Yeah.
She did it before. She was a big eater too.
Yeah,
She
he got me
Put her
to
on all
eat.
the good stuff.
He's like, girl, you gonna eat. And that's when I started gaining some weight. You know, because like in high school I couldn't gain no weight. Like I was like 100 pounds and I couldn't gain no weight. And then even after I gave birth to my oldest, I was kind of like skinny fat. So I didn't get like super huge, but I wasn't like how I used to be for sure.
Yeah.
But I couldn't gain no weight. And then I met my husband and he was like putting me on everything. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed out like on all of this.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I feel like I am a picky eater. Like, I feel like you really got to convince me and it has to look good. If not, I'm not going to eat it.
you got to be a little bit open-minded for sure. Because some things might look weird.
Yeah.
And then they just taste really good. Like, for example, I love the spinach dip from Cheddar's. And that was something I would never in a million years I would try. Like, and then he was like, let's try it. And so
No, yeah.
tried
It's
some-
like a thing
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm open to try things.
Yeah, he is open.
But if I like it, then I'll get it. But then I stick to my stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
He's very like, well, if I'm hungry, I don't want to try something and I'm not going to like it, then it's going to ruin my appetite.
Yeah.
He's like that.
so it's like, okay, well, she's gonna get the stuff, and then I'll get my regular stuff.
Yeah, fuck me.
So
right?
then I'll try her stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. I'll get it next time or some shit like that.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I did
I'm
try.
always eating
Yeah.
what he gets.
I feel like I tried the at Mod. I was like, all right, screw it. I tried the corn one time. I didn't really like it.
You get a corn on yours.
You get corn, but I got it with like pepperoni and jalapenos.
And
I
then you
don't-
kept trying it, right?
And then I've been every time I go, I want to get it again. Like I
because
want
it looks good. Like if it's gonna be good on the pizza.
I want to give it another try, but I'm just like, so then I was just like, fuck it, let me get pineapple. Let me see, it's like a thing.
Yeah.
So I got pepperoni and pineapple only. I didn't get ham because I'm like, nah, I'm not there yet to get ham, you know. But it was actually good. And then somebody said, try it with jalapenos and pepperoni. I was like, okay. So then I tried it and I really liked it with jalapenos and pineapple. So now I get like half my pizza with pineapple. I'm becoming that person, the pineapple person.
Yeah, I'm a pineapple person on my pizza for sure. I can't just like get pepperoni pizza. Like if
That's
I'm
too
getting
basic
something
for you?
Yeah, I go to Mod and I put all my
Well,
face.
Mod's the place to go to get toppings because
Yeah.
it's like.
Yeah, but for sure I have to get Hawaiian. Yeah.
And what's y'all's favorite pizza spot? Like Domino's, Pizza Hut,
Like fast food wise.
fast food wise.
Ooh, can I be honest? I love Cece's pizza.
Oh,
Cece's is fucking.
Yeah,
Oh
Cece's-
love
no, but you
zesty
know what?
pepperoni,
It
like-
changed though.
It did.
It changed.
I only go to one certain Cece's Pizza. Like, if you go get me pizza from like the Cece's Pizza right there on Fuquay, I'm like, I don't want that shit. Like, please no. The one that I go
Don't
to.
tell me it's the Spencer one.
No, I
Okay.
go to what's it called? On Dixie Farm. Yeah, on
Oh,
Dixie
okay.
Farm, like that area.
That area.
Well, I'm pointing that way. I think it's that way. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's that way. Yeah, you were right.
Yeah, I go and like I order it right there, and I order it to go, so it's like super fresh, and I eat in that shit in the car. Like it does not make it home. I eat it in the car.
We've never had that one, that location.
No.
It's so good. They make it really
Because
good.
the ones I used to go to like are not there no more.
It's in the ghetto.
Yeah.
So yeah, we used to go to the one on
Southmore. And,
Southmore.
And Shaver.
Yeah.
The one in the corner
but
Yeah,
before
I grew up
that
over
I used to
there,
go to the
so-
one that's
by Golf Gate.
no
Which
before I used to go to the one que está by the funeral home. What's that street, the funeral home?
Lawndale?
It's Lawndale. And then you know where that churches is at the corner
It was Popeyes.
of Popeyes. Okay, so it's that, and then the Popeyes is right here. You would go this way,
Oh, okay,
and there was
yeah.
a CC's right there.
Oh, yeah. It's
used to go to
like
that
in
one.
Magnolia. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you're familiar with that area.
I used to work in that area. I
Oh,
used to
really?
work for a Texas Card Title and Payday Loan Services. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hated
I used
that
to work at the
place.
funeral home. Right there on Lawndale.
Yeah.
I made bank there. It was good money.
Yeah.
Selling spaces and funeral arrangements.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I was
That's interesting as
yeah,
fuck.
I was what 19 and I made like 50K and I paid
Damn,
off my
that's
car.
what's
I know. I was
up.
like
at that age,
Yeah,
like
funeral homes
damn.
is crazy.
yeah, and I didn't even realize I had made that much until I was able to pay off my car in like 2 years. or a year and a half. It was a year and a half.
Damn, that's
And I was
what's
like,
up.
because I would get paychecks. Like my biggest paycheck, I think it was probably like 7,000, and then minus taxes, so probably like 5. And I remember like just keeping like $1,000 for myself and the rest putting towards my car. And
Wow.
yeah, it's bank. So
Yeah.
if you ever want to like have fun at a job, that's the place to go.
I can't be told what to do, not even by my husband. So I can't.
No,
I
yeah,
can't do
it's
that.
hard though. Like I would only recommend that job for somebody that's single, because it's like a job that requires your attention 24/7, man.
Yeah. But with that being said, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll
Yeah.
be right back.
And so we were talking about what we were talking about again?
A bunch of stuff. But I mean, we can talk about like what got you. Oh no, we talked about that already. Damn,
The
I'm
what?
tripping. Like
What were we talking
the
about?
brow artist.
Oh yeah, well she was saying like her schedule and her day in a life.
Oh
and-
yeah, day in the life.
So how did you end up getting? You said you got into that because you wanted something different, right? Like
Yeah.
you wanted to try it out.
Well, I've always loved eyebrows. So when I did, not even when I did, honestly, since I was like little. Like I used to do like my tia's eyebrows. Like I was always like I would bring the eyebrow trends like to the fam, right? So then, I would do their brows like real thin, because back then like
It was thin.
that was a trend, like super thin little line eyebrows. And so I would do that. And then once I grew up, I got into makeup. I did makeup, and I always loved the brows, and like my clients would always compliment me on my eyebrows. So I wanted to do microblading, but microblading just felt too permanent at the time, and I was a victim of my mentality. So I wouldn't have like that courage to take the course. I just didn't feel worthy of it. I feel like, I'm probably gonna fuck up some brows, or I'm probably gonna do something bad, and I don't know, I'm just not worthy of it yet. So I never did it until 2020, when I felt like my life was over. So then I went and I just,
And
took
you
that
really
leap.
enjoy doing them.
Yeah, took that leap of faith, and we're here now.
Have you ever messed up anybody's eyebrows?
Honestly, messed up, probably not, but I did have like a moment where I was like, I'm not built for this. And honestly, I told her, it was this Kat, you guys had her on here. I did her eyebrows, and I just felt like, man, I fucked up. I was like, I fucked up. Like, I just felt like they were just really swollen. And at the time, like, I used to use green soap, which is like really bad for eyebrows. It has like alcohol. It's just, it irritates the skin. So her eyebrows were just like very swollen, and it just looked really big. But she's had tattoos, so she was like, oh, I just know they're swollen. But I had never seen that on a client. So I was like, I fucked up. Like, I fucked up so bad. And she was like, no. Like, they're fine. They're good. So she was good, but I was dying inside, because I was like, oh my God, they were just big, red, like just huge, right? And she was good though. She was taking selfies. I saw her and I was like, man, like I would text her like, don't take care of them, girl. Like, don't do this. And then she was like, no, I'm take care of them. Like, I'm good. Like, I know they're just, have to wait for them to heal and all that stuff. So she was really cool about it. She was really patient. But like, as an artist, I just feel like that was not my best work. So that was honestly like the only time where I was like, I was literally on my knees.
I don't think they look good.
Well, when she came, she hadn't gotten her touch up yet. Like I fixed her up now. Like now she's good.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm proud of those, like for sure. So I got.
But she's really sweet too, though. So
yeah, she's really cool.
Really nice.
So are yours microbladed too?
Yeah, mine are microbladed.
And
I have a little bit of makeup right now, but they are microbladed.
But you went with somebody else, obviously, right?
Yeah, with my first instructor, I got them done there in class.
So now you're an instructor too, right?
Now I'm an instructor. Yeah.
So do you need like a license to do that, or?
You need a tattoo license here in Texas, but like in other states, you don't need it. Just Texas is a little bit more strict.
And you have to be like at your own studio, right? You can't do it from home.
Yeah, here in Texas, no. But there's some people, I mean, they do it from home. Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't have no one like hating on you, snitching on you, then I think you're good.
Yeah.
For me, I did start at home, just like makeup, like it was all from home. And then it just took that one client to kind of like spook me a little bit. 'Cause she was like, hey, isn't microblading tattooing? And I was like, yeah. She was like, you're not supposed to do that from home, huh? And I was like, it's fine. It's fine. And then immediately after, I was like, I need a place. Like, I have consistent clients now. Like, I gotta do this. And I was very scared to like even rent out a place, because I didn't know if I could do this. Like, I didn't know if I could make it. Like, the people that were coming to me were like my makeup clients, my loyal makeup clients. So like, shout out to y'all. Thanks. I was doing them, and then, you know, I was like, I don't know, maybe I can't do this. Maybe I can. And then, I don't know, just changed my mindset of like, I can do this. You know, I already have consistent clients. So I got a place, and then I've been there for like 2 years now, going on 3.
You're like in Pearland, right?
Yeah, I'm in Pearland. Yeah, on 518. Yeah, I want to go through.
But so I know it was probably scary taking that leap of actually getting the studio. You know,
that was really scary. I had never owned like a studio before.
Spot. So is it like a studio where you're with somebody else, or is it just yourself?
I'm renting out of somebody else. I just feel like this is where I'm at right now, and like eventually later I'll get like my own. Yeah. But I rent a room, and I just make that little place like my little cave.
Yeah. And are you content with like the income that it brings in?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because now that how does that work for you? Like your income?
So, we're really legit. You know, we have a whole business, and then, you know, we separate the business and the personal. So I, you know, get paid
from business.
From my business, I get paid like myself as a regular person, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Is it like an LLC?
Yeah, I have an LLC.
And then, so that's where you only get your income from, and as an instructor too, right?
Yeah, an instructor too, yeah.
And do you sell other stuff, or is it just that?
No, just eyebrows. Yeah, just sell eyebrows and sell courses. Yeah.
Dang. So basically that's what's paying for everything.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it must be good money, huh? Like,
yeah, it really is. It changed my life completely. Like, I have a way better relationship with my husband because of it. So.
Oh, because you said off camera that he works with you, right?
Yeah.
So what does he do?
He is operations manager. So he pretty much handles like all the admin, like logistics side, and I handle the artistry. Yeah, because once I started getting like really consistent with my clients, like I was doing too much. Like in 2021, I was offering makeup classes too that I was like hosting at home. That. Yeah, and that was intense because, man, I had anxiety, like I mentioned before. And it's just speaking in front of like 10 people, and, you know, I get lost in my thoughts. So I was like, damn, could I even do this? But I did it. You know, I did it. And I just got over that fear, and I was like, fuck it, it's my time to do this, and I'm gonna do it. So I was doing that. I was still doing like bridals and quinces and all that stuff. And then I was doing eyebrows. So it was just a lot. So once I stopped that and focused on fully microblading, like, man, like really it just went up from there.
Damn, that's good. Yeah. That once you focus just like on that
one thing. Yeah. I felt like I was just doing way too much around that time. And then, you know, I got really busy. So I was like, hey, I need to hire someone. And I know you're like not very happy at your job, because I could tell like he would bring in some like just like old man energy, man, like
the venting.
Like he would vent about his like coworkers and stuff, and like it was cool, right? But I was just like, I feel like my husband's turning into them. Like when he would vent, I'm like, you're kind of grumpy too, like, you know. I was just like, we don't do anything anymore, like I don't know, it just. And I wouldn't see him, the kids wouldn't see him, like he didn't work crazy hours, but like he left the house like about 6 to be there at 7, and then he'll get off at 4. But he worked in Texas City, so it was like, you know,
pretty far. A drive.
It was a little drive, and then from there he'll go to the gym. So then he'll be there, and then by the time he'll come home, like the kids are already like bedtime, you know. And it was just more like routine stuff. Like I just felt like we didn't really have a life. So once I started getting really busy and I saw how much like money was coming in during a pandemic, I was like, holy shit, like never in a million years did I think this was gonna happen. Like during a time where the world is really going to shit, and like everyone's having like, it's like a whole financial crisis, and I'm doing the best I've ever been. So I was like, I either have to hire someone or like you can come along. And then he didn't want to at first, because, you know, he's a man. So he was like, nah, I don't want to do that. Like, and I was like, but I need help. Like, you can make your own schedule. Like, you know, I had to like paint the picture for him, you know. And I was like, you can live this life too. You just got to change your mindset a little bit. Like, you're deserving of it too. And so eventually he took like a few days off. Like he called in and he just like spent some. Oh, we went to Miami. Yeah, so we went to Miami because I went to go take another course, because I just wanted to like learn more about microblading. And so I took a one-on-one. I was like, I could take my whole fam. So like I did that, you know. I was like, I did this. Like I took my kids, my husband, and we went over there, and I was like, let's like dream about this. Like let's just experience, and like let's just think like we're just like out on vacation, because we are. Even though I was going for a class, I was like, see it as in like, we could do this. We can get on a plane and leave whenever we want to. And man, that day was crazy. Like when we landed and I posted like, hey, I'm you know, sorry, I'm learning a little bit more about microblading and whatnot. Man, that day I got like 10 to like 15 bookings, like 21 bookings. I forgot. It was a shitload, like every single like hour, like every, like it was just going and going. I was like, oh my God, like what is happening right now? Like,
yeah,
I'm just getting booked. And I was like, it's a sign that you, like, this is a sign that you
need to come
you
on.
need to come on. You need to hop over here. And then he was like, all right. And I was like, quit your job on Monday. Like when we go back, I don't even know what day it was. I just said Monday.
I went back from vacation. You use all my vacation time.
Yeah. And then he quit his job.
Walked in shorts and a shirt, and I was like, well, I'm just here to, leave my uniforms, and I'm done. And they were like, what are you doing? Where are you going? I was like, just, I'm going on to a better job. Like, I didn't even have to tell him anything, like, what I was going to do. Like, I was just like, I'm going to a better place. And
he would just give too much of himself for that job. I felt like that job did not, like,
appreciate
him. Yeah, everything that he did, because man, there was and this is a time where I felt like he cannot work there no more. Like there was like a valve explosion, right? And like that shit was scary. It blew everything up, because he used to work for a valve company. So he worked at a warehouse. It was just like a lot of work that I just did not feel like my man should be doing that. I was like, you could do so much more. Like you could create your own life. And so when that exploded and they did nothing about it, like I was like, no. And then also one of his coworkers died, and like,
no, he had a heart attack.
Well, I mean, yeah, he died.
Yeah, he died at the job, but they brought him back to life. And they did
nothing.
Like
yeah, but I had in mind that other guy who passed from the Pasadena shop. Mike. Yeah, and then it was just like, oh, he passed, and then that's it. And I was like, is that gonna be my husband? Like,
yeah, it's one of those
it's
like,
just gonna replace him.
Yeah, replace like
I don't know. I just feel like he does not deserve to be working like that. So
and how do you feel it is working like
together?
Because it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody, and it's not for the weak either. I mean, he has to hear me like bitch a lot, and there's those times where it's just amazing. It's just, you gotta ride the wave of the business too. And I have to be patient with him, because this is his first time being an entrepreneur, and it's not my first time. I mean, it is like, I guess, my first time, but like I've been my own boss. You
have experience.
I have experience like riding the waves of my business, because it's not always all highs. Like there's the lows too, and you gotta be patient, because it's coming. It's not like you're quitting your job. Like it's coming.
Yeah,
it's just slow right now. And so the first year where he experienced like when we're slow, he was like, oh my gosh, like there's no bookings right now. And I was like, it's coming. Like it's coming. You just gotta be patient. And he's like, okay. And I just knew like, it's okay. You're gonna learn like with the years, like when your business is doing well, when your business is like a little slow. So I mean,
so how many years has he been doing it with you?
Going on 2, turning 2 this year. Yeah.
And then I'm assuming that since y'all work together, the schedule is easier for y'all, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like not having to ask somebody to babysit the babies and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband, he is racing Jimena. And this is his first time staying at home, like, with a baby.
With the baby?
Yeah. So it's
She's
nice
really cute, too, though. So congrats on the baby.
Thank you. She is, man. I never thought I needed a daughter in my life, but now that she's here, I'm like, wow, like everybody was right. Like everything that they say about having a baby girl is true. It's true. Yeah. She definitely like puts that color in our life. That
because you thought you were gonna be a boy mom.
Yeah, I for sure thought I was just gonna be like 100% like boy mom. Like I never even had a dream about having a baby girl like at all. And I would see them, I'm like, oh, they're cute. But I was like, then later you're gonna have some horrible attitude, and I don't want to deal with that, But I mean, boys are the same way too. So, yeah. I don't know. I was just like set on a mindset of like, I don't want girls.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's just the way you parent too, how you raise them, and how they turn out to be, or you guide them.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm kind of curious about like back to the brow thing. Mm-hmm. How, like, you handle the social media? Do you have like a social media just for your business or no?
No, Whydott is like personal and business and just everything. I've tried to. I ask my audience, right? Because I'm very open with them. I ask them like, hey, do you think I should make like a personal or keep this business, or do I do 2? What do I do? And they're like, nah, just keep it all in one. Like, just keep it all in one. So I just keep it in one.
It's easier for you?
Yeah, because I put a little bit of everything in there. And I'm very transparent, so people like that. People like to know like who they're, giving their money to, really, because I mean, I'm selling brows, but I'm also letting you know who I am, so they're not like, oh, it's just like someone who just like posts their work and I don't even know who they are.
Yeah. And all your clients are just like like word of mouth and stuff?
Word of mouth and social media, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm the type of person that likes to have it separated.
Yeah.
Like
I wanted to, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I feel like since there's a lot of girls that do follow you, you know, and it's the beauty industry in a way.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, women are chismosas, so we want to see everything.
Yeah.
And then
And it's all in one place.
Yeah.
So you ain't got to be like,
Yeah.
oh, she put this here and this. It's just all in one.
Yeah.
And then también I know you're a brow artist, but it's pretty much like you're tattooing, right? So
Yeah, I'm a tattoo artist too.
But then you know how tattoo artists get the same client back, like to get more tats.
Yeah.
But once you do eyebrows, that's it, you know. So
Pretty
do
much, yeah.
touch-ups.
so you get new clients constantly. Then
Constantly,
it's
yeah.
not like people come back for like, hey, can you do an extra set of eyebrows on top of mine? You know, like
No, so they just become my clients. So I see them for the initial session, and then I see them later, like 2 to 3 months later. And then from there, I just see them every like 2 years or a year and a half, just depending on like their brow goal. But I just see them back for maintenance. Yeah, but it's like new clients every time. So it's another thing that's like not for the weak, microblading, because I mean, you got to get new clients every time.
And have you thought about just becoming like a full-on tattoo artist?
No, I don't think I could do that. Like,
No?
I don't think I would have the passion for it. No.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
is
think
kinda
you have
crazy.
to do like be a good like drawing and
I
stuff.
used to draw like back in like when I was in school, like intermediate and high school, but not like I never thought about like, oh, I want to tattoo this, you know? Yeah.
We had a tattoo artist. His name's Alex, and man, he went viral on TikTok because he said he had tattooed like a girl's butthole.
Oh shit.
And Roland made a clip out of it and put it on TikTok. And oh my god, I think he's at 3 million. Like,
Yeah, he's at 3 million views. Yeah.
So did he post the butthole?
nah, no.
No, but a lot of people in the comments are like, "Oh, I know who he's talking about."
Yeah, it was so funny. Like,
it must be a shitload of girls out there with like a tattooed butthole.
but
man, I'm not gonna
the
lie.
tattoo was a spider web
Oh damn.
out of like the.
But he was
butthole.
being like super
And
professional
me and
about
him
it,
were
you know,
just, like,
and we're
fucking
just laughing, you know.
But you know what it is though?
Wild.
Honestly, like we were drinking for his podcast, and we had taken a shit ton. He gave us the bottle, the white one.
the Evelin.
Oh nice.
Yeah, and so he came and he's like, okay, I bought y'all this bottle, whatever. So we were taking shots on the break, and then we were drinking beer and then taking shots, and we were just like, we were
damn.
drunk, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, we were drunk by the end of it.
Yeah, so a lot of
For
the
sure.
podcasts, we were probably like a little tipsy, but
Yeah, we're a little lit.
yeah. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
Let's talk about like how you gave birth, right, to Jimena.
Yes, an all natural birth.
How was that? Yeah,
Oh.
'Cause that's just crazy.
That was an event. That was very eventful. So when we got pregnant, I mean, I didn't really know. I was about like 10 weeks pregnant when I found out. And every time I kept going to my OBGYN, like, I don't know, I just had like weird vibes, and she just kept asking me about like, oh, when are you gonna get the COVID vaccine? And I was like, oh, like I don't want to be stressing about this. Like I'm having a baby, like I'm trying to enjoy it because I know this is gonna be like my last pregnancy. But she kept like pushing that, and then like the front desk girls were just like, I don't know, just heavy energy. Like I didn't feel like how I'm supposed to,
Yeah.
you know, feel because I'm pregnant and I'm having a baby. So I was like, I'm a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna cut off my doctor. So I fired her, and then I didn't have a doctor for a while. So my husband was like, "Oh my gosh, we don't have a doctor. What if you have the baby?" And I was like, "It's fine. I'll look."
Wait,
for one."
so how long did you not have a doctor
I don't know,
for?
maybe like 2 months.
2-3 months.
Yeah,
My God, I would have been freaking the fuck out.
I just didn't want to think too much about it. Honestly, like I was just like, my body knows what it's doing. I've done.
You're
this
just riding the
twice.
wave.
Just riding the wave of my life for sure.
She
There
was
you go.
riding the wave of her pregnancy.
Yeah, riding the wave of that pregnancy. And I was just trying to enjoy it as much as possible. I was like, look, I'm feeling good. I'm not sick. Like, I shouldn't be going to no damn doctor. And so I didn't even know that I could have a baby, like, at home or in the water or anything.
Yeah.
So my hairstylist, Jordan, at Flow Studio, shout out because they do my hair. She told me, she was like, I had a water birth. And I was like, for real? And she was like, yeah, you just, like, it's all natural. You have it, you know, if you want to have it at the birth center, you can have it there or at your house. So I started doing my research, and then I had my baby at BioBirths, and they pretty much educated me on it. And I was like, this is what I want. Like, I don't want no doctors. I don't want to be at the hospital feeling like I'm sick or something, you know, like I'm not sick. Like I'm creating life, and I'm happy. Like I'm good. I'm content. And so, yeah, I just got information from them. I hired a doula, and then from there they just like educated me on the whole thing. And I was just trusting myself and trusting my body.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to feel like a
What
sick
did your
person.
family say?
Man, they were scared at first. They were like, what? No doctor? Like, just worried, like, just worried about me, making sure, like, I'm good and I'm not going a little crazy. But I was, like, doing my research, and I was like, you know what? People used to have babies like this. Like,
Yeah,
and it was so funny. My husband asked my mother-in-law, like, did you have your babies like that? And she was like, no. Like, I had my babies in the hospital. Like, how old do you think I am? And I was like, oh, my gosh. So, I went, like, super, I guess, like, old school, like, nothing, no Tylenol, no interventions, no ultrasounds, no nothing, no cervical checks, like, none of that stuff. Like, I didn't want to be touched. I just want to make sure my baby has a heartbeat and I'm healthy. And so we did
Man, that's scary though, you know.
That is scary. I feel like
because what if there's complications and stuff?
Well, I feel healthy, so they ask you, they do blood work and stuff like that. And they do make sure that you're good, but I just didn't want all the extra stuff. Like,
okay,
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know how sometimes they'll do the X-ray, that's what they're called, right?
X-rays.
the ultrasound.
The ultrasounds.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's an X-ray.
She's giving me her cloud. The ultrasound.
Just ride the wave.
Yeah.
Ride the wave.
Like when they'll be like, oh, this looks a little concerning.
Yeah, I didn't want none of that. Like, and then I also, like, since I was like just reading so much on it, looking at videos, just looking at other people doing it, I got informed that like ultrasounds create, like, I don't know, it's too much. What is it called? Damn, it just went away. What is it? Radiation. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. And I was like, I don't want to deal with anything. I was just really like,
How did that make you feel?
I was scared at first, but then, I mean, I saw how informed she was, and, all the research she was doing, so I trusted her. I was just like, if, you think this is the right thing, then I want you to be comfortable. I want you to, feel like you want to feel about, this pregnancy, and I mean, I just,
Well, I mean, you
Very
did get
supportive.
her. You did get her pregnant.
Yeah,
when
so
she
I was
was
like-
at her best.
You gotta play your part,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna do this my way. And I was like, I just need you to support me. And I was like, I'm gonna hire a doula and she's gonna help us out, because she was like our support system pretty much. And so it's all mental, honestly. When you go into like giving birth, it's all mental. And if you've never seen the movie, what is it called, the birth movie we watched, I don't know, it's like a birth movie. I forgot the name. I used to talk about it all the time, and right now it's just like gone. Thought gone. Dumped out of my brain. The business of birth, or the something like that.
Is the one she sent you?
Yeah, the one
It's a
Jordan
doc-
sent me.
I mean, doubt
I don't know, the business of giving
Yeah.
birth or something like that. So yeah, the business of being born, some shit, I don't know, whatever. They pretty much go in like detail of like what happens to you in the hospital, like what are they really putting into
It's like a
you?
documentary.
Yeah,
I think-
yeah.
I think I saw it.
Yeah, well, now you have to, it used to be free, but like now you have to pay for that. Like, isn't that weird? Like, you gotta pay to get educated on giving birth. Like, I don't know, I just thought like that was weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's like $20 or something, I don't know, but I watched it. My doula sent it to me, and then from there, that it just opened my eyes to like how like hospitals are just taking advantage of pregnant women that are healthy, like that don't need like that medical intervention. Like, you do have to go and see a doctor if you have like problems with your pregnancy, or like if there's something wrong with your baby, but if you're a healthy person, like, you don't really need to go through all of that. So, and if you want to have a natural birth, because like in there, like in that documentary, like there's moms talking about like going to the hospital is like a luxury. Like, it's just because you don't want to feel pain, you just, or just, it's just a luxury,
Yeah.
So I was like, if when you go to the hospital, sorry, I'm like trying to gather my thoughts. When you go to the hospital, they like push on like the epidural, like, are you sure? Are you sure you can birth your baby? Like, they try to like doubt you and stuff. And I remember that because whenever I got pregnant with my first, I mean, I didn't know nothing, so I was just like, oh, I gotta
Whatever
go
the
to,
doctor says.
Yeah, like my mom went to the doctor, so I gotta go to the doctor. So I would go to the doctor, and like I would ask my questions, but they were just very like basic and just bland. Like, there's like, they don't even like answer you with more. It's just kind of like, this is it, and that's it. And I would be like, okay, whatever. So with my older son, I got induced, and that shit hurt. Oh my God, he was not ready to come out, so I got the epidural, and so I wouldn't feel anything, and that did not work. Like, the Pitocin that they put in you, like, it's way stronger than the epidural, so it like clashes, and then you start feeling everything. And I felt everything with him, everything. And I had the epidural. It was just the worst thing ever. So that Pitocin, what it does to your baby is like, it's like it's like fake contractions. So your baby's kind of like, whoa, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm not ready to come out. So the baby's like being like crushed almost from the Pitocin. And it just makes you feel so much. And I did not want to go through that because with Benji, I had the epidural, so I didn't feel anything with him. And I was just like, look, I've had the hospital experiences, so I want to have something different this time. And I feel like I'm mentally strong now, like not compared to like those years where I was just like, you know, playing that victim role. So of why me, right? And then here I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this, and I'm strong, and I did it. That shit was hard though. It was really hard.
Like painful? Out of 10, what was it?
A 10 for sure. Like the giving birth part, but the part, like the journey of everything, like the going to a midwife and getting educated and like having that freedom to walk around the birth and like the birth center, and like having that freedom to even eat, because you can't eat when you go to a hospital. Like they prep you for surgery. That's why you can't eat. And a lot of people don't know that. Like a lot of people just think like, oh, I can't eat because I'm having a baby. What if I poop? And like my midwives are like, it's totally normal if you're pooping. Like your whole body is just like giving birth to a whole human,
and you're pushing.
Yeah. So that was like my only thing, that when she was like, what are you afraid of? And I was like, pooping. Like I'm afraid of pooping.
Really?
Wow. Like my baby's
it's like an
coming
embarrassment
out.
thing, right?
Yeah, I just feel really embarrassed, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, she was like, you won't even notice that you poop. She was like, you know, the other midwife will scoop that shit up real quick, and like you would be so focused on pushing your baby out, you wouldn't even know that you pooped. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't poop, but I did push my baby out. I actually like roared my baby out. Like I couldn't push, because remember I told you earlier that I had like a cervical surgery. They, I guess, left a shitty job because I had like a piece of my cervix like blocking my baby from coming out. So I kept pushing, right? So I was Gucci like the entire time. My contractions, everything was good. I was walking around like everything was fine. I was laughing. You know, the hot water was like helping the contractions.
I was gonna say, being in the water helped the contractions.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. I even like went into like a meditative state. Like I was like meditating in there. Like my doula was just giving me like piojito, and I was just really chill. And baby was like literally trying to come out. You know, so I don't know how many centimeters I was dilated. I don't know none of that stuff, because I mean,
they don't check you there?
They did check me, but they didn't check me like throughout like the
process.
the whole process. Yeah. So there they do check you because it's actually the baby's actually there now. So I don't know. I didn't ask, but the water was just helping with all the contract. It kind of like acted like an epidural. So I would go in the shower and like I was just like, oh my god, yes, like the hot like boiling water was just calming me down. But then since it was calming me down, I wasn't feeling the contractions. I felt like, oh, I can't push because I don't feel it. So I stopped. I got out of the water and everything. I was so tired. And then my midwife was like, okay, it's been a while. Let me check you. So she checked me and she was like, there's like a piece of your cervix blocking your baby. And I was like, what? So you're telling me all the pushing I've done is like not enough? And she was like, no, you're gonna have to find your strength. And I was like, shit. But what's crazy is like not one time did it cross my mind to like take me to the hospital. Like I can't take this pain anymore, or take him to the hospital. Fuck it, I'll have a C-section. You know, like never. Like I knew I signed up for this. I knew the option of like medication or for the pain to go away was not there. So I didn't even think about that. That was not even an option in my mind.
Not even whenever she said there was like a piece of the cervix
not even.
blocking.
I was just like, okay, like I gotta turn into a fucking lion and like roar this baby out. So I was so tired from being in the water because my water broke on Saturday around like 5 p.m. and I didn't have my baby till like Sunday 5 p.m. Like it was a whole day. It was a whole event. I didn't feel anything though up until the time where I had to push. But since I was so tired from like walking around and just like, you know, trying to be active so this baby could just like slip out of me, because that's the thought I had. I was like, oh, she's just gonna slide out. It's my third baby. It's fine. My body knows what it's doing. Fuck no. She made me work. So I was so tired. I went to go lay down. I was like, I'm gonna go lay down. I'm gonna prep myself to like push this baby out. But it was time. Like as soon as I laid down, like baby was like, I need to come out now. But it was so crazy. So my baby was stuck in my cervix for like hours, but her heartbeat was like good all the time. So that kept me like reassuring me, like, she's good, like, you got this, like, it's gonna happen when it happens. So
if her heartbeat would have gone down, then you think you would have had to go to the hospital?
Yeah, for sure. They do take you, and it's like the hospital's like right down the street. So
okay.
Yeah, if anything were to happen, like, they take you, but they have all the tools to like help you out. But once it gets like medical, then they take you to the hospital. So then I just, my midwife actually put some arnica on me to like help with the swelling. And then from there, like, she was just like, get out of your head. My doula was like, get out of your head, get out of your head. Like, you got to push your baby out. And I was like, fuck, like, I got to do this. So I did it. Like, I went into a position where you're not really supposed to, like, be like that. It's harder to push your baby out. But I was just so tired that I just did it like normal, like how you go in the hospital and put your legs back and all that stuff. So she came out, and man, it was like such a great feeling. Like, when they say that ring of fire, like, it definitely feels like a ring of fire. Like, it literally feels like your whole vagina is on fire. And as soon as she was out, like, I just got like all these like happy feelings of like, holy shit. Like, it was just like, I don't know what it was like.
It was like a relief. Maybe,
yeah, like, I don't know, just so happy. Like, I don't know, just felt like, oh my God, I did this shit. Like, the power. Yeah. I felt, very, very with like so much power. And so, then I, had her on me, and then a few minutes later, they didn't cut the cord right away. Like, they waited a little bit, and then they cut the cord. And then I told my husband if he could put my placenta in the blender and make me a smoothie from there. So I ate my placenta
like the same day.
Same day, like, in just like an hour maybe later, not even. Right after.
Wait, by itself?
No, so.
I made her a protein smoothie.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I had like first form chocolate collagen powder, and then it had bananas and what else? Almond milk.
The protein drink.
Oh yeah, it was in the protein milk. I don't know
my,
what it was.
How did it
chocolate?
taste?
And then, but it's bloody.
Yeah, it was bloody. Yeah, it was raw. I ate it raw. Like, he cut it in. Did you cut it?
Yeah, I cut it.
Yeah, he cut my
How did
placenta
that make
into.
you feel?
I mean, she had already told me she wanted to do that, like, going into, so I already knew I had to do it. Like, I took our NutriBullet, set it up in the little kitchen. Like, I took everything in a little cooler, so as soon as that was done, I was going to make it for her.
You like took a couple hits.
I know that people.
I'm gonna chill,
yeah, I know people like
Encapsulated.
Yeah.
I did that too.
Oh, you
so
did?
I just ate like 3 pieces or so of it, and
How
like,
big is that?
The
it's
placenta's
not that
fucking
big.
huge.
Oh, wait, it's that big?
My placenta was big, like the size of a baby.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, what?
yeah, that shit. I don't even know how to like.
See it, it's like a kind of like a.
Like a deflated football?
Conspiracy theory, like that we kind of thought about, like, there's a lot of nutrients and stuff in the placenta. So
Yeah.
I feel like when in the hospital, as soon as you have a baby, they scoop that shit up and put it somewhere so they can resell it.
Yeah.
To people that got money, and they're like, hey, like stem cells and all kinds of. It's full of stem cells. So is your umbilical cord. So like, I feel like hospitals kind of have like a underground business of selling.
They for sure have a black
Oh,
market
yeah,
for
for
that.
sure.
black
Yeah.
market.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
They sell it for like more than like $55,000. I think the midwife said it was like probably like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like for sure.
They were filling us in and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I was like, they ain't selling my shit. I'm taking it. Like,
I'm selling it.
How did you, like-
I'm eating it.
So you, within the hour you ate it, did it taste nasty or no?
It tastes like nothing. And
Oh,
honestly,
because everything else
yeah,
was in
it's
there.
just blended. Yeah.
Did it look red?
Yeah. No, the smoothie. No, it looked like normal. Yeah.
It looked like
It
chocolate.
had chocolate collagen in it and then chocolate drink, so you couldn't even see it.
Yeah, and bananas and. Just,
And then where did you get it so they can do the little?
So there's a midwife in there who
That
like
does that.
does the whole encapsulation process. Yeah.
Dang, how long did you leave the umbilical cord? Because I've seen that if you leave it longer, it's better for the baby.
I don't even know since I was so out of it.
Like after the baby
Like a
was
good
born.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a
Wow.
specific phrase they called it. It was like the not golden hour, but it was
Was something like
Yeah,
that,
something
yeah.
like that. That's like the most important time for the baby to be attached to the mother still. So because after the baby's born, there's still not like nutrients going down the umbilical cord, so the baby's getting all that.
Yeah.
Until it's done, then you cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that way
Wow.
the baby doesn't get like traumatized by it, because I know like in hospitals they don't tell you anything like
No,
this.
they
They don't
don't.
tell you like, oh, if you cut it, your baby's gonna get like traumatized.
Yeah.
That does happen. Like that's a whole trauma for a baby because it's connected to the baby for 9 months. Sometimes even longer. So
well, technically, I didn't know that you were pregnant for 10 months, really.
yeah.
I didn't know
So
that until I got
almost a whole
pregnant.
year of your baby being attached to that cord, and then you just go and like You know, imagine if they cut one of your like organs out or something. I don't know.
No,
like, isn't your body gonna be feeling like, holy shit? You know what happened to me? Yeah. So we waited a little bit so she could get everything, and then once she got everything, like she cuts. I think it just stops like pumping, right? Yeah. It's like vibrating almost. Like it looks funny. It's
and
like,
while she was still connected, y'all were doing skin to skin.
Yeah, skin to skin. It was such a beautiful moment for sure.
Wow.
Like all the pain that I felt like literally just went away. Yeah.
So did like I don't know, maybe this is TMI, right? But when they say that the baby like cuts you or something?
Oh no, she did not.
She didn't.
Oh,
because I was gonna say
that only happens at the hospital. I don't know if that's true, but maybe because I remember with Benji and Andrew. I'm not sure if I cut with Benji, but with Andrew, my oldest, for sure. Like my doctor legit grabbed me and went,
oh my god,
and like I felt everything. The epidural was not like actively working. Like, yeah, I got it, but it didn't work, and I felt all of it. And then she was sewing me up. I felt that too. I was just like, am I supposed to be feeling this? And then she was like, yes ma'am. I mean, no ma'am. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm like feeling it. I'm feeling it all right now. And she was like, no, you're not supposed to be feeling anything. And she was just going at it and stitched me up and left.
Honestly, I feel like we got blessed because I loved my doctor. Like she was never pushed. She was always like, look, I'm not a doctor for like C-sections. Like that was her last.
Yeah. Oh, so you got a good doctor. You actually got a doctor who cares.
Yeah, because she had triplets and she had a C-section. So she would tell me, like, I think it was triplets, right?
Or she had triplets.
Yeah. And she was so petite, my doctor. And she was very jolly. So when I would ask her, like, she would tell me. And then when it came down to the epidural, she's like, well, is that like an option for you? I'm like, it's an option, but it's not something that I want to get like asked, Mm-hmm. If I ask for it, then I want it. Because I'm scared of shots. So, but I'm also scared of.
It's like this big.
Yeah, but I'm also scared of fucking pain. So I was like, I don't know if I want it yet. But she was amazing, right? Like, but I did get induced because I went to the hospital with contractions Saturday, like at 5 a.m. But I was already getting contractions from Friday night.
Oh, okay.
So then I showed up and I was only like 2.5 centimeters. So when she came, she's like, well, we can induce you during lunch, like for lunchtime, if you want, right?
Did you feel everything?
Honestly, no. I think I was too tired because they didn't let me eat, And I hadn't ate nothing maybe from like midnight because I had ate like cereal, and then we went to the hospital like at 5 a.m. So then he was eating blue Doritos, and he was like, he was gonna let me eat right behind their back.
Yeah.
But then he went and asked them, well, why can't she eat? And they're like, oh, it's because if she has an emergency C-section, she can choke on that. Like she can, like, I don't know, right? That's
some shit like that.
Like if I threw up, then I can choke on that or whatever. It was nothing about the poop. It was just more like me choking on my own food if I threw up. So he was like, he only let me lick the Dorito because he didn't want.
Yeah,
it's because they prep you for surgery. Because I mean, since they're giving you Pitocin and your body's not officially ready, or your baby's not officially ready to come out, they have to prep you for that.
Yeah, because I remember like I was in labor, right, for like a long time, right? I think it was just more my body was drained, tired, no food in my system, maybe all the stuff that I was getting, like the drugs in my body, but all my nurses were nice.
That's good.
I remember when I got the epidural, I was just too fucking tired. I fell asleep for 2 hours, girl. When I got my epidural, I was like 4.5 centimeters, and it was already Saturday, like 7 p.m. and I had been getting contractions from Friday night. So it was like already like, so then 7 p.m., I asked for the epidural. I got it like at 8, fell asleep. I was still 4.5, woke up like at 10:30, and I was already dilated. I feel like the epidural let my body relax.
Yeah, and prep and like get you ready for the pushing.
And I remember I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm ready to have this baby. So they were like, okay, well, I'm like, but I didn't feel nothing. Like,
that's good. I mean, you had good doctors because, man, I had my first son in Pasadena. So
I had mine. It was Clear Lake, the Clear Lake Hospital. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was like, they even brought like out a mirror. And then nice. I told my nurse, I'm like, man, I don't feel nothing. Like, how do
it was kind of hard for you to push, no?
I was like, I don't feel nothing. How do I push? And she's like, okay. She's like, put your chin on your chest and pretend you're like constipated.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, okay. So then I started pushing, you know, when she would tell me. So then I literally started pushing my son out. And she's like, okay, we're going to have to stop so the doctor can come deliver the baby. So then I remember they had the mirror, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw my son's head and I touched him while he was just there, like, while I waited for the doctor. She showed up and it was like, but...
That's funny. No, yeah, like, because I remember seeing his hair.
Yeah, and my mom and his mom and him were in there. And I remember I was like... So I, like, reached down there and, like, touched his hair, you know, because I could see it in the mirror. And then the doctor came. She's like, okay, you know, let's do this. And it was 3 pushes and he was out.
Yeah, with Benji, it was really smooth, too. It was really nice. With him, I got the epidural. Everything was chill. With him, I just didn't want to go
through that. I mean, it's a different experience.
And just, man, like, I couldn't even fart at the hospital. I mean, I did, but, like, I was like, oh, my God, no. You know, because you get the epidural, so you can't feel anything. So I was just, like, farting, and Ben's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, he was all taking the...
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to blame you every time I fart. I'm like,
I couldn't feel it, you know? So I was, like, that relaxed, and I just didn't want to go through that. Like, feel embarrassed or something.
So did you have to pay out of pocket for everything?
Yeah, I did.
So if you don't mind me asking, what was, like, the total cost for, like, everything?
Maybe like what, $6,000?
With the doula and everything, probably like 7.
Yeah, like
and that includes like after. I mean, did you have to do like checkups? Does she have a doctor, or you go back to your midwife?
I go back to my midwife. Yeah.
With her.
Yeah, with her.
Oh, okay. So
she does need a pediatrician though. Like she does have one, but like right now she doesn't need one just yet. So she's going to my midwife.
Oh wow! I would think that she needed one like right away.
Yeah, no, you don't need one unless you're sick. So that's what I'm doing with her and my kids too. They only go to the doctor when they're sick. They don't need to go.
They don't have like a set pediatrician then.
No, yeah, they do.
They do. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
I've always thought like, man, would I be down to do that? You know, but I feel like I'm too much of a chicken shit like for pain.
I think because you tell yourself that if you tell yourself like, I could do this. You can.
Yeah, because honestly, I was like never went to get like tattoos, and I got 3 in one like sitting. Like, I mean, they're small, but still, I was scared.
Yeah, it is scary. My husband just got his first tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Also.
Oh, it's your first one?
Yeah.
How do you feel? Was it painful?
Hell no. Now I want to go back and just fill it all up.
Yeah, because Roland has a sleeve, and
that shit was fucking painful.
He said his was painful.
Which one was your most painful part of your sleeve?
My elbow.
Oh, for sure.
The elbow.
I got a lot of surface area. I can get away with not getting
Nah.
You have to get your elbow. It's the whole sleeve.
Nah,
like, imagine just like leaving the elbow empty and like.
Some people would will make a design and then leave the elbow empty, but like the actual design is around. But and the elbow,
we can show you once we go on break the full sleeve.
I was like, I entered like a highness of just like pain. Like I remember I was like this, and then I was staring at the door of the shop, and then I was seeing people come in, and I was just like out of it. Like I was in so much pain. It was fucking crazy.
Oh man.
And you know what's crazy, that I found out I was pregnant on a Tuesday, and we had our tattoo appointment Wednesday.
Oh damn.
So I got so lucky, right? I mean,
yeah, because he was
you can still get tattooed when you're pregnant. You know, you're just supposed to take care of like not getting an infection. So that's why they say not to get it.
Yeah.
But Beto was like, nah, bro. But I mean, I wasn't gonna get it anyways. But he's like, nah, because since we had the appointment, you know, and he was like, hey, she just found out she's pregnant. Like, you know, he's like, nah.
He's like, I'd rather not. I just don't want to risk it. So
yeah, but I mean, I was like, I was still not gonna like get it.
Yeah, you still can. I wanted to do that too. I wanted to get a tattoo, and but I'm breastfeeding and stuff, so I had to do my research and be like, what happens? Nothing. Nothing. It's just
nothing happens.
The risk of infection, and you don't want to get an infection. But as long as your artist is using like clean, new, sterile needles, and you're good.
Yeah, because I asked the doctor too, like when I was pregnant, I'm like, well, what would happen? And she's like, nothing. It's just if you get an infection. Like I'm telling you, my doctor was fucking amazing. Like I loved her.
That's a good doctor.
Yeah, she was really, really good. Like she always made Rolling feel left out though.
Straight up, right?
Well,
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, says that.
She wouldn't include me, and I'm like, damn, bro.
I would be in there. She'd be like, "Hi, mom," and like all jolly, and she's like, "How are you? How are you feeling?" And she was also against doing a lot of ultrasounds. So I only had like 3. The very beginning, whenever it was like at the middle for the gender, and then I think we didn't even do one at the end. It was just those 2. Yeah. But I went myself to get a 3D one. Just to see or whatever.
Yeah, I did that with Andrew too. And Benji too, right? Yeah.
Waste of money.
Waste of money,
he was
for
turned around
sure.
the whole time. You couldn't even see his face.
Yeah, like
was
really?
like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Milo didn't let us. She told me the girl said just drink orange juice or eat chocolate or Dr. Pepper or something.
Oh, okay.
And
To get the baby moving.
yeah, and then they were just like poking me on my stomach. Well, she was, and then like I was just like moving, and he would like it was kind of hard, right? But then he let himself.
Yeah, with Jimena, I was like, I don't want none of that shit. I'm gonna know what she looks like when she comes out. You know, like I don't need any of that. I'm gonna spend money, and those pictures can be like in a
I don't even know where's ours.
Behind his picture in a frame.
You know.
Mine are
Yeah,
just like
they're
in a book, in like a scrapbook or something. And I'm just
Yeah,
like, I don't even look at that.
Yeah, like it's just like why, right? But I just think it's an excitement thing when you're pregnant,
Yeah.
and it's just like part
And
of that, you know.
especially when it's like your first one, because you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to do all the things.
So yeah, so basically your water birth experience was 10 out of 10 for you.
Yeah, if I would get pregnant again, which we're not, but if I were to ever get pregnant again, I would do it like that again. Yeah.
Are you doing anything not to get pregnant right now?
He's supposed to get a vasectomy, but you know, whenever he's ready.
You're gonna get one?
Yeah.
Yeah. His cousin got one too, right, Javi? Shout out Javi because he always watches.
Shout out Javi, man.
Yeah,
But-
we go through a lot as like women, you know, like our hormones and all that stuff that we're putting in just so we don't get pregnant. So I'm like, maybe it's your turn to do something, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll talk Roland. Well, we're trying, so it's like I don't even clear that right
It's
now.
not even an option right now.
No, it's not
But
an
yeah.
option right now. But damn, that's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't want another one right now. I feel like we're enjoying our kids, and I really enjoyed the time when like the kids were in school, and then it was just me and my husband. Like we would go on like on lunch dates. It was just really nice. Like I got my husband back, so I was like, oh yeah.
And what about like for this year? Do you have like any goals or plans this year?
Big goals. I just mentally to just, you know, stay good. Like, I don't know, stay consistent with my goals, like working out, being that 4 a.m. girly, you know, just being overall like good with my mental health, to be honest. Like,
Is it a goal not to get like seasonal depression?
yes. Now I know, like, I know that like it's, like I knew
It
this
happens.
before, but like now it's more like, okay, like you gotta change it. It's been like so many years of the same shit, you know, complaining about the same shit that I'm like, I'm not gonna do this year. So that's my big goal. Yeah, just to be overall mentally healthy.
Excuse me. That's really good. Like, because, oh my God, I don't even know why I'm burping if
Oh,
I'm
I thought you
drinking
sneezed.
water.
I was like, bless you.
Well, thank you anyways. But it's good that you said, because it's like we are big on like goals and like not resolutions, you know, because if
Yeah.
you set up a goal, then you're already planning mentally ahead of time to get there and achieve that goal or whatever. But this year we decided to like ask our guests or like encourage them in a way, right?
Encourage them.
Yeah, to give back
Okay.
in any way, shape, or form. So we hope you add that to your list in like some type of way. It doesn't even matter what it is, or even like a giveaway is considered giving back, right?
Yeah.
I do actually give a lot of brows out for free. I just
Really?
I don't talk about it on my social media, but I do. Like anyone.
Is it
I'm
like
always,
family or friends?
family, even just random people on social
She likes it,
media.
you might get some free brows.
Yeah, like honestly, like I just go on there and I'm like, oh my god, like I want to do this girl's brows so bad. I'm just sliding her DM like, hey, you know, can I do
Really?
your brows? Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, so people, well, not so like they're gonna be
They're
like,
like, hey,
"Can you
girl,
do
give
me
me free
free
brows."
Do my brows.
Yeah.
No, but for real, like, you know, my nail lady, like, I appreciate her so much. And the very first time I saw her, like, she had like no brows, and I was like, I gotta get my hands on that face. Like, I gotta do those brows. So her birthday came around, and I was like, yeah, I want to gift you brows. And then, you know, she was pregnant and breastfeeding, so I gave her time, and then she came and I did her brows.
Oh,
So-
because you can't do it while they're pregnant or breastfeeding.
they can if they want to, but I have it on there. Like, I mean, it is it's risky.
Oh, 'cause of the
If-
infection and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
okay.
mean, I do use everything. Everything's clean and sterile and new. So, I mean, I just gave her time, and I was like, yeah, I gave her some brows, and I do give like from my business, like whatever I can, I do give back.
That's dope. Like,
But
I
it's-
like that because, you know, it's one of those things that, like, I feel like I've always given back, but it's not like a thing you brag about.
Yeah.
You know, so it's pretty cool. I think the only thing that we do where we have to record is Alegres Milagros, the toy donation that I told you about.
Yes, and I totally missed your DM.
I know.
Oh my god.
No, you're fine, though.
It was that seasonal depression. I was really not on my phone like that. If I would get on, I would just post something and like kind of get off, and then
No, yeah.
I have a whole time limit on it now that I ignore sometimes when I'm like, okay, I haven't been on it all day. Like it's just been on because sometimes I just leave it on when I'm at work. But yeah, it has a whole time limit, so I don't, when it goes off, I'm just like,
no,
"Alright,
you're
I'm
fine.
done."
But yeah, I think that's the only thing we are like, we have to record just because we do have people that donate and we have to show them that they're donating.
I do want to get involved in that for
you
sure.
should,
Yeah,
for sure. Like
Carla told me about it too.
Yeah, she actually barely made it this year because she showed
She showed up right before we started, right?
Well, we had already started, and I told
Oh,
Rai,
we did.
because she's been there. Well, this was our third year, so she always normally she would help me with the kids getting them out of the car, But this year she showed up a little late, so she got kind of stuck at giving them the toys with my sister or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty cool. Honestly, it's like super dope. On Monday, we're actually dropping the recap video of like that event over there.
Yeah, and it gets bigger every year. So this year, what, two bikes, 300 toys.
It was like 350 toys.
350 toys.
Wow.
And
we hit like one little town where his parents live.
The main one is like our town, and then we did like a neighboring town, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then now we went to like this other town,
a 45-minute drive, and
man, that was crazy. It was cool.
Like we pulled up with the truck and like all the toys were in the back, and you could just see the little kids like what do they have, and they would just walk, and I would be like, come here, like, in Spanish, and then they would just kind of start running to see what like toy they were gonna get. It's pretty dope. So
It's very sweet.
Yeah,
very
but
generous.
I'm glad, because like we said, like we do want to encourage the giving back. It's not even just for like give back, but it does help like emotionally.
Us, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Like us. Like,
yeah, as a person, like I feel like it helps you mentally. You're like, holy shit, like, even like when you said with the brows, I'm sure you have like a good feeling, like,
yeah, for sure. And then it's just making someone else feel good, like
you're
giving someone confidence, or you're giving someone some joy for a little bit of time that they can like play with the toy or whatever, and then pass it on and whatnot. So I like that. I like making people feel good.
That's good. I'm glad.
But
especially women, get their
'cause
confidence back, especially after having babies and just being in a funk in general, just,
it's a lot,
Yeah.
because we do go through a lot of
we
changes.
do.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, right? How, because I forgot why we talked about it, but like about how like
I told you about the It's for the Chicas podcast.
Oh yeah, about how like women, as a mom, like you have it obviously way harder, and like just it's the way I explained to her is just like you live your life, right? You're living your life, and then once you have your kid, then your life it gets harder. I mean, it's not like
you just have to change as a person.
Yeah,
like, okay, well, I gotta play this role now.
Yeah, porque it's not like, oh, you have a baby and suddenly like your life is much easier. It's like no, it gets harder. But when you have your partner with you, it's like it's their job to make it easier on you.
Yeah. And I mean, not everybody is blessed with like a partner like that does help.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have the partner and they still don't help.
Yeah. he does help. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very like I tell Ron, I'm like, man, you're such a great dad. Like he really is. Like, and it's so hard to see those guys that are like great dads, you know, because some of them are just not, you know.
You know what's crazy? You had posted. We follow you through this and much more, right? And you had posted like, and I told you about it. How she had posted, ladies, how do you give back to your husband?
Oh my
or
God,
something like that?
yes.
And a lot of people kept saying like blowjobs and shit, you know. And I'm just like, but when I was like reading them or whatever, I was like, man, like I feel like they're missing the point, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like spiritually, like how do you see your partner? Like he's putting in the work. Like what do you do to make him like to feel seen? Like really, you know, for all the work that you put in. Like not just like, yes, I get it, you know, blowjobs are cool and all, but that should be part of like the sexual part of it. But the other part of
the
like,
emotional part,
like I see you, I see all the hard work you're putting in. Like I like to be seen. I like to be like, I see that you've been doing this and that, and like you're still pushing through. Or like, you know, the massages that he gives me, like when I come home, like that to me is like, oh, he knows like I had a heavy day today or something. I was too social, because I get like drained, so he just comes and he like massages me. Those like little things where I feel like, okay, he sees me without me telling him, know. So I asked because I was like, I want to do that for my man. Like I want to make sure that he feels seen by me, because I don't want him to think that, I'm just taking and I'm not like giving back.
So what is it that you are, what was your conclusion for him?
So he likes gifts. So I do gifts. I try to give like more attention to detail, conversate with him about like football, because I don't do that. I watch shows like with him that he says. So I started doing that, just paying more attention to detail, because it just gets so easy to get caught up in like your own shit, that you just see the negative in your partner, that I'm like, oh damn, like I want to make him feel seen for all the things that he does do, because you're with your partner, and then we work together too. So it's like I see all his sides, but I want to make sure that he knows that I still love him, like flaws and all.
Feeling appreciated as a partner, because I mean, y'all been together for a long time, so it's like you don't want to just get.
Yeah, we've been through some shit. Yeah, he's seen all the crazy in me, so that's what made me like ask that question, because he stood by me through like my crazy, through my healing, through like all the stages, all shaved head and all, like there's some people that are probably gonna be like, damn, she does not rock that, and she just shaved her head. And he was just very supportive, like, yeah, let's take a selfie and tag a Blue Barber that we went to go get a fade together. So
that's funny.
Yeah, he's very supportive. So the girls, there were some that were like, I leave little notes, or do the blowjobs. And I'm like, well, does he feel seen though? Like with the blowjobs? I mean,
he's probably feeling it more.
Yeah.
Seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I was like, damn.
Because
like,
you asked me, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, man, to me, well, I was like, man, they're just not getting it. Like that's not the answer.
That's
like
that's not the point of the question.
Yeah.
Because I would feel like, for me with you, I feel like for your lunch, before, right? Because I feel like lately you haven't been taking any lunch. I would leave you the notes, right? Like.
Yeah, I take lunch every day, actually.
Okay, he does not.
But it's not that. I mean, yeah, that was cool,
Yeah,
that
because
was
when
nice.
you asked me, when we talked about it, when she posted it, I forgot what I said that I would do for you.
I don't know, but I like if you're asking me,
Okay, what do you like?
I like kind of like what she was saying, how like if conversation, or if I'm watching a podcast and like how I show you like there's time I'm watching a podcast at work or whatever, and then I'll screenshot a certain time. So then I get home just to show you that one part, and I'm just like, look, and then if you like today I showed you and you sat there and watched it with me, and then you laughed or whatever. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's because he does watch.
Like made my day. I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, he watches this one podcast. I don't know if y'all watch podcasts, but it's called No Jumper. Oh yeah. You watch it?
Yeah, I watch No Jumper.
Yeah. I haven't.
I fuck with No Jumper.
But I just feel like
No Jumper is hard. Like,
I feel like it's one of those podcasts that it's really not for girls in a way. They talk a lot of boy talk, but they do talk about a lot of shit that happens. But I feel like I do have knowledge, because he shows me, like, I'm an AD fan, like I love him, like I think he's cool, Tyrell too, like but I wouldn't know none of this if he would never show me, and if I actually didn't sit down and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because I'm one that gets distracted easily, especially if my son's running around and he's trying to have a conversation with me. I'm just like,
you're like this,
Yeah, and sometimes he gets upset because he's like
I'll talk to her. I'll be talking to you, right? And then he comes around and he's just talking, mommy. And I'm just like, oh my God, just let him talk to you, because he's not going to let me talk.
He's going to let you talk. I do that. Benji does that to us all the time. I'm like, I'm talking to daddy. Hold on. And I'm like, I haven't talked to him all day. I've been at work. And then he'll just come like, oh, like, can you watch this? Or, hey, I'm like, Choo Choo Charlie Train, or what was his name? Choo Choo the Charlie Train. I don't know, something like that. And I'm like, really? That's what you had? That's why you interrupted my train of thought? Now it's gone. Like dumped out, like.
Yeah, but I think it's just like kids just want the attention, and that's what I tell him. Like, but I try to like for the podcast, for example, he didn't know the questions. I just like typed them out throughout the day, or whenever I had to sit down, and I told you, I'm gonna put the questions down, and then I'm like, we don't talk about the podcast when we go drop him off, because he doesn't let us. Like, he's always interrupting. So on the way back, when we drop him off, is when we're like, all right, let's go over what we're gonna talk about, But
yeah, that's true. We have to have like business meetings, because we can't just like be at home and talking about it. Like, we either have to do when they're in school, or like, just go out somewhere, whatever, like, or when they're asleep in the car, just like quick little convo about that. But the kids, they always do that. But you gotta pay attention to your man, you know, because then they know when you're not paying attention, and it's like, did you listen to anything I said? And I was like,
You do that.
Hell yeah.
He'll be calling me out like, oh, what did I just say? I was like, oh, babe, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah. And then he'll tell me something too, like about football, like one of his teammates or something, and he's like, it's number 2, right? And then I'm like, he's like, you know who number 2 is, right? And I was like, yeah, running back, right? So I pay attention more now for sure. You know, I gotta be there, be present for him, because he is present for me. So
yeah,
he can tell you, like, even when I did makeup, like he can tell you the procedure, the steps from like the very beginning to the very end. And if I'm like doing my makeup, because I used to take forever, I don't do no more, but back then I would take like 2 hours, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm almost done, and he'll be like, you haven't even done the 3 sprays. And I'm like, oh, you're right. Like, I couldn't even like lie, because he knows everything. So he pays attention to all of that. And there's not a lot of men who pay attention to steps. And even with microblading, like, he pays attention. If I'm there just showing him something, you know, that's girly, you know, that's not what he physically like is doing, he understands like everything I'm talking about. And I'm like, that's awesome. You pay attention to what's coming out of my mouth. You're not just listening, you're actually paying attention. So I give that back to him now, because I felt like I wasn't doing that, and we weren't like getting each other. Oh, I'm sorry, Siri. She wants to be in the convo too.
And then one last thing. So whenever you shaved your baby's head, right?
Yeah, I'm still shaving her head.
You're still shaving it? Mm-hmm. But why? I thought you only shaved it once. Or what's the...
No, it's been, like 6 times now? We've shaved her 6 times.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that for?
So it's a tradition, but my mother-in-law did it to her kids, and her kids have like very beautiful thick hair. My sister-in-law did it to her kids, and they have very beautiful thick hair. And I suffer from like thin hair. I'm always putting extensions in and stuff like that. So it's for her hair to get like thick and grow evenly and just nice, so she doesn't have to struggle with like thin hair. Yeah.
I figured it was so like it can grow evenly, but I didn't know. I mean, obviously when you shave, the hair does, like, I feel like the hair follicle
gets thicker.
Yeah. Huh. So I just thought it was one time, and then it just go from there.
Her patches are still like there. So she had a full head of hair. I mean, she was born with a shitload of hair. Like both the boys were bald. Like they didn't have hair. So I wasn't expecting for her to have hair. So she did, and like you could just tell like she had more at the top, and like hardly anything like on the sides, and like the like in, I don't know, the whatever this is called, by the forehead. And my sister was like, let's shave her. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't want to. Because she had really cute hair, you know? Well, I thought it was cute, but it kind of looked like a mullet. And then she was like, let's just cut it. She's going to thank you later. And I was like, all right. Like, let's just keep the tradition going then. Because I didn't do it with the boys. But, I mean, they get shaved all the time. So it was fine. But with her, I mean, she's not going to get shaved all the time. So we did it. And we're going to put, like, tomato, your mom said, right? Tomato on her head. Like, I think she's gonna like roast them or some shit, and then like put them on her head. Like it's supposed to, it's supposed to like help her hair grow. Yeah,
I've heard like about the mayo, but when you're older, like to put mayo. But
she does that too.
I did that on my hair. When I was younger, my mom put mayo on my head. I was just like, what the fuck?
Like, what are you doing?
What is this?
It's crazy. Yeah, so we still shaving her, and I think we're gonna do the tomatoes probably tomorrow, because it's time to shave her again. She already has like some hair growing, but still kind of patchy in some areas. So now we're gonna do the tomato, and like we bathe her with like chamomile and breast milk, and just try to do all the stuff so she could be all beautiful and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, she's already beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, she's super cute.
Did you have any other questions?
No, we're at the end already.
Yeah. So. Well, do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. Oh, actually, yeah. What did we say that? What do you do for her to make her feel seen? I don't think I asked that.
What do you do for me?
What do I do for you? I listen to you.
No, he does a lot. I do think that...
I let you nap if you're tired. I'm like, man, just go to sleep. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like,
he's like... I feel like...
Yeah,
because I feel like I grew up with my grandparents, and I feel like when they passed away, I feel like it was just like I was on my own, so I had to take care of myself, you know? And being like from like super independent to finally meeting somebody that I feel you can rely on, you know? Yeah, I still didn't rely on him for like a long time, you know? Just a girl, yeah. So then I feel like up until whenever, I think what made me feel like more seen by him is when I became a mom. when we had Milo, I feel like it was a thing. Like, I feel like he appreciated me more as like a person. And I feel like him helping me with anything, like he said, he lets me nap or the cooking, like,
he's not too like
it. Yeah, like he's never like, hey, what the fuck, you didn't cook dinner today, you know.
Not a machista.
He's not machista.
My
like
husband's like that too.
Yeah, so it's like if I didn't cook, he's okay with it, you know. If I'm just like, damn, I didn't do shit today, he's like, well, tomorrow, you know. Like he never puts me down at all. And it's just like if I have something,
that's amazing.
Yeah, like, and if I have like a thought like that, I'm just like gonna give it to him creative wise, then he just helps me open my mind, my mentality, like, you should do this, you should do that, you know, like pushing me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And like as like with little things, I guess it's just like
because I'm
it's
thinking
those
like
little things that matter, right?
Yeah.
Because I know, you know, on social media, like you see a lot of like big things, like material things, and they're just not being taken care of, like in the other way, like the emotional way, spiritual way, like all that stuff on your day-to-day basis, like And I told my husband like all the time, like I don't care for the flowers, just as long as like, you know, we're good, you know. Have me a little blunt roll, well, not blunts right now, but you know, have me a little cone stuffed or something. Like I feel seen like that too.
And you know, even like I said, oh, you should open my door, like even I know that he doesn't do it, you know. It doesn't.
He's gonna add it to his to-do list now.
It doesn't even bother me because I just know he does other stuff. Much more, you know. Like even like I said, like he's like, oh, it's because you're being lazy. Like when we're eating cereal, he'll pick up my plate instead of like, you know. So it's just like little things like that, or I don't know, like he, for sure, I just know that he's my safe place, my safe person. And it's just 100% I can rely on him. Yeah. And I don't feel like that with anybody else, not even my parents, that I can rely like 100%. So
yeah, same here. Yeah, so he's the one that just like, you know, made me feel safe too. And I'm like, oh, you're my person. I don't like a lot of people. So, you know, when he came in my life, I was like trying to like, nah, like I don't need that. I don't need that. Just like that victim mentality again. You know, we go to that. Like I don't deserve this kind of love, and just trying to pick fights with him. But, you know, eventually I was like, I got to stop that. You know, I just let myself get loved, and I feel like our relationship definitely grew from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with us, it was like, I don't think I ever felt like, oh, I don't deserve the love, you know. But I feel like it was more like I saw how him and his family were, and I was just like, wow, they're a family. Like,
yeah, same.
They eat dinner together. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like I was like, wow, you know, like it was very family vibe, you know, and I hadn't had that, you know, in a while. So then like with my grandparents, you know, so then seeing it with him, I was just like, oh shit. And then just the type of person he is, you know, it's just like, it was pretty. He's a good guy, I guess.
Right, you know.
Yeah. Well, what's your Instagram, so like that they know where to find you?
You can find me at Whydott, WHYDOTT.
And that's her only Instagram, guys.
Only. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Twitter. I mean, I do have them, but they're like inactive. But the only thing I'm active on is Instagram.
That's so if y'all want to hit her up or book with her, all her information is going to be in the description below, which is going to be your Instagram and your booking. That's website. Like the website. Yeah. And with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. It was a lot of information. Like,
thank you for having me.
It was a long episode. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. I get deep. I don't talk to a lot of adults often. I mean, I do talk to my clients, you know, but like it's like me, my husband, the kids, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know.
No, yeah, and this is why we do like the podcast, because I feel like we get to talk to people, and they're just like a whole different level, you know, of getting to know somebody. So it's just
and then you relate with the kids too, or you get new information from other people who are not parents, you know. That's like, oh damn, I didn't know that, or something. It's nice.
But other than that, guys,
thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming.
But other than that, guys, for sure, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok. You know, we're trying to constantly blow that shit up or whatever. But yeah, subscribe. Hope you guys liked the episode, and that's it.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.